They actually get worse, much worse. Jerry Givens has helped thousands of people by stopping those calls and letters. Get their peace of mind. Stop living in fear. It's no fun. Call today to set up your free consultation. 865-801-9250. That's 865-801-9250. Stop the calls by making a call. 865-801-9250.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville, and W289CU Knoxville, Fan Run Radio.
WKGN 1340, go Vols!
You're tuned in to East Tennessee's premier sports radio call-in show. This is The Drive.
And hello, good afternoon, and welcome to another stellar edition of The Drive here on Fan Run Radio. Russell Smith punching the time clock. Sounding better, feeling better today. It's a beautiful day outside. Let's do the thing. What say you guys?
Might as well.
We have nothing else to do.
While we're here, you know.
We got to fill this next 3 hours somehow, Walker Smith.
Might as well talk a little ball.
Might as well kick it around. Hey, I got tickets to the basketball game tonight to give away coming up here in just a few moments. Got to give these away quick because tip off, 7 o'clock tonight?
7 o'clock.
All right. Are you going to be there?
Yeah. Is it on TV anywhere?
They're all on TV, Bear. You just have to know where to look.
My remote control is going to be able to figure it out, Russ.
Like I can't imagine being that helpless at the feet of technology. If the remote control doesn't work, I just go without basketball.
Either that or I'll, call one of you guys.
Well, I will be otherwise indisposed. Bob, you'll have to be our eyes and ears because I'm going to be coaching some youth basketball tonight, and nice. Bear is 50-50 at best whether or not he's going to be able to actually watch the game, even if he remembers, which is not a given either.
So you're getting ready to embark on another season?
Yes,
Coach
sir.
Smith?
Got to get these boys in shape. First game's coming up this weekend. Got to get these boys right. So I don't know about the younger generation, Bob. They're not.
You haven't run suicides?
Not blood and guts like we were back in the day.
No.
You have one kid pass out, and all of a sudden the moms go crazy. Oh, you're being too draconian in your training methods. Ooh.
Send DJ Durkin over here. Bunch of 7-year-olds coming down with rhabdo.
Yeah. I mean, weight training is essential to young people's athletic success. Some might say it's critical.
It's critical.
Stay tuned. Your chance to win tickets to the game tonight. Who we got here? Northern Florida. That's the place we got Chaz from, right?
Yeah. The Ospreys.
The mighty Ospreys.
I like Ospreys.
They'll be here tonight, 7 p.m. tip over at the arena. So it's getting to be about that time, man. Lots of basketball going on. I watched all of Kentucky and Louisville last night.
Yeah, it was a fun game. I wouldn't say it was a polished game.
Yeah, well, that's what I was going to ask you. Like, it was fun to watch, and I couldn't decide whether or not it was just an instant classic or a just comedy of errors.
Yeah, not a lot of defense.
I cannot imagine our coach letting that go on in a regular season game. We saw it do it in scrimmages a couple of times, but not in a game that counted on the final record.
Country got introduced to another one of these freshmen who are just – this freshman class is unbelievable.
Yeah.
Michael Brown.
Yeah. What do you have?
You had 29 last
yeah.
night. Who's the best?
Oh, sorry.
Who's the best freshman you've seen, Bob? I know you've watched more than most of us because I know who mine is.
I'd say it's a toss up. I probably have a little bias by seeing a game in person, but it's either Boozer or Darren Peterson for me.
I was going to say Boozer.
Now, who's Peterson?
Kansas. Now, he didn't play last night. He apparently has a hamstring issue, but yeah, he's like a 6'5" guard. He is very smooth, man. Can bomb from three. Nice player.
Who's yours,
the best one I've seen, and I saw him play against Kansas, was North Carolina.
Oh, Caleb Wilson.
He's awesome.
Is
That dude's a freak show, man.
No, he's tough.
Isn't he out right now, though?
No.
Who was it? Somebody from North Carolina.
Yeah, it was one of their guards hurt.
Seth Trimble.
He's a senior.
Yeah.
But this Wilson kid, who we recruited out of the Atlanta area, I know he came in on a visit. I thought we were in deep at one point, but like he's like 6'10", but he can.
Yeah,
he's got a mid-range game, which you never see anymore. He's out there fading away and spinning around people and shooting the three, getting to the hoop, doing it all against Kansas last week.
Yeah, he that game against Kansas, he was kind of he had incentive in that one because he did something where he played with Peterson on the under-19 team and he barely got.
He was outshun.
Didn't even get any playing time hardly, so he felt
that was his make a statement game.
Yeah. It's
ridiculous.
Yeah, for this podcast I do, I've been doing a little prep work. I mean, there are a bunch. There's this kid. Have you seen this kid from Virginia Tech, true freshman from overseas? He's from Greece.
Much about him.
6'9". If you watch you watch video and they say, who does he look like? And the way he plays, it's like Luka. I mean,
is he thick like that?
No. Well, Luka's in shape at this point, man. He looks.
He's still
good.
even in shape. Luka's a big old dude.
Yeah. Well, this guy's 6'9", so he's decent size. Yeah, he's not.
Nice.
He's not slight of build. He's his name's like Nicholas Advalas. He had like 33 and 33, 6 and 5 in a game.
Virginia Tech's a good place for a guy like that to matriculate to.
Yeah.
They always seem to. Schools like that is like, oh, we got this guy from Siberia.
Yeah.
He's
I don't know. I mean,
one and done and in the NBA in the next year.
I mean, think how excited we are, and we still are, to have Nate Ament, and he might only be about the 5th or 6th best player in this class.
That's what I was going to ask you. Where do you place? I mean, it's hard. I mean, it's still early.
Yeah,
and we'll know more.
I mean,
towards the end of the year, but
I'd put him behind the guys we've talked about.
Yeah,
maybe not the kid from Greece, but Boozer, Peterson, Wilson, DeBonsa,
Koa Pete.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, Koa Pete. And then, like I said, this Michael Brown last night. I'd heard about him, but I'd never really seen him play, and he is smooth.
Yeah, man.
When did we play them?
December 12th, I think.
Mm-hmm.
They put up a lot of points. They're averaging what, 102 right now?
It might be.
I think it's triple digits.
And now this kid's not a freshman, but I texted you guys last night. Did you watch any of Illinois, Texas Tech?
Did not.
Peja Stojakovic's son.
Another guy we recruited.
He is a baller, man.
Yeah.
Chip off the old block.
He was unstoppable late in the game. I mean, he scored like 9 in a row for Illinois. And he could
Is he a freshman?
No.
Because he was on that team last year when we played them up there, and he just couldn't.
No. He's just transferred in. This is his third school. He went to Stanford, then
Cal,
right. And now Illinois.
It's weird, man.
I don't like that, man.
I know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I got to watch him play a couple games when I was out at Arizona State. He's good, man. He's a shooter.
Yep.
Why does he keep switching schools, man?
Trying to find the right place.
Trying to find the right place. He's a shooter. Shooters are a hot commodity. They'll pay for him.
And he wants to win. I mean, Illinois is good. They're going to be. That's another foe of ours too.
865-966-3435, your phone number to call or text the show this afternoon. Ryan Shumpert coming up here in just a few minutes. We'll talk to him about Tennessee football and the approach to the game with New Mexico State this weekend, and how long you expect to see the starters out there, and what do you do with quarterback reps? Do we get to see more George McIntyre this weekend? And with Florida looming, just the overall state of the program, the season coming up here in just a little bit. Bob, last thing, just wrapping up, what do we think about Kentucky?
Got a lot of dudes, man.
I just think that I'm more worried about when we go play Louisville.
Yeah.
I mean, that team was scary.
Yeah.
Your boy, Isaac McNeely, looked really good.
Yeah.
I think Kentucky, it's going to be interesting to see. They got a lot of guys, and some are better than others. And obviously, Otego is great. It's weird. I don't feel like I'm as worried about him as I was last year because
I don't know what to make. Every now and then I think Mark Pope, I'm like, okay, this guy's kind of what they needed. Like he gets it. He's modernized. He's into the analytics and everything. They're playing, the Nate Oates style of bat. And then every now and then I think, I don't know. I don't know if they're tough enough. It feels like there's a certain something hard to put your finger on it that's missing.
I don't think they can shoot the three as well as they did last year, but they keep shooting a lot of threes. So we'll just have to see. I mean, Aberdeen, that kid that transferred from Florida, he looked great last night.
I forgot they had him.
He looks good.
The kid from Pitt,
is
the guard. Like
I've heard so much good stuff about him. Maybe I've just heard too much hype. I was kind of let down by him last night.
But they didn't have anybody that could handle Brown.
No.
That was the problem. Is like they look smooth offensively, but defensively, I don't know if it's lack of effort or Louisville's just that good, but they were not competitive.
Now, keep in mind, and Walker will know this better than I, but arguably their best player hasn't played yet, and that's Jaden Quaintance.
I forgot that Quaintance went to Kentucky. No, he was a 5-star. He's a second-year player now into Arizona State last year, and Arizona State last year was god-awful. But Quaintance is like 6'9", 6'10", hugely built. Like when he starts playing for that team, it's going to be scary.
Hurt?
Yeah, he's hurt right now, but he's a good player.
I mean, he's forecasted as a borderline lottery pick going into the draft next year.
Mm-hmm.
So he's good. Yeah, so Kentucky will be good like they have been, but I'm not like in fear of them by any stretch. Saw that last night, and just like we've been saying, they don't play D. They really don't. You just got to outshoot them.
Possible football stadium expansion news today in the headlines as Tennessee Athletics Director Danny White, a.k.a. Danny Dollars, a.k.a. Danny Dimes, Danny De Niro, Danny Show Me the Dough, Danny Cheddar, Danny No Nugs, Danny Text-a-Buddy, Danny Upcharge, Danny Please Pay These Prices and Please Pay No More. Danny, I'll take that. Danny, Please Sir, may I have some more? Danny Moneybags, Danny Dimebag, Dollar Store Dan, Talent Fee Dan, Dapper Dan, The Sports Ball Man, Danny Hardcash, Danny Banknotes, Danny Shekels, Danny Moolah, Danny Deep Pockets, Danny Prosperity, Danny Would You Like to Leave a Little Tip, Danny Assets, Danny Greenbacks, Danny Warbucks, Danny Simoleons, Danny Straight Cash Homie. Says that Tennessee is, quote unquote, actively exploring ways to add seats to Neyland Stadium's north end zone.
North end zone.
Yes, Bear, the north end zone. We're going to have a third deck now, just a wall of seats extending all the way to the sky. We can't, never mind the fact that we can't get the people that the 100,000 seats that we do have inside the stadium in any sort of efficient manner. We want to add more. Does anybody like for this? Like, I see a lot of people pushing back against this, saying like, Danny, come on, like, ain't nobody asking for this.
I wouldn't say we're for it. I mean, when you talk about construction, the construction that he needs to be focused on is the stuff outside the stadium, not what's inside the stadium.
Yeah.
To your point, and I feel like that's the point everyone's making.
I don't know, or maybe just invest that money in
players.
I mean, there's a couple of things that come to mind. First of all, he rattled off some number and it was very precise, but I still don't believe it that there's that long of a waiting list.
27,000.
Yeah, he said like 26,792 or say, he rattled off some, like maybe to lend validity to it, but I find that hard to believe. And and by the way, we know in the current state, parking is not exactly a breeze at our games. So you're just adding more people that are coming to the games. And how's that going to work? All the while, if they do the Neyland Entertainment District, if that's still a thing, and G10 gets butchered up, and I mean, it's like, I just don't even know if I want to be around for that.
Am I crazy in thinking that the view from a third deck in the north end zone would be awful?
I mean, it'd be similar probably. Have you ever gone in the upper deck at Bristol for a race or anything?
Yeah, I mean, I've been to the top of that.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been in the press box at Neyland. Like it's, I guess, technically not any further. And when action is happening in the south end zone, it'll be far away. But, he's not just going to build some grandstands up there with metal bleachers.
No, he'll have some club stuff.
Yeah, but it's going to be premium seating that costs money. Like this is not going to make it. There's no scenario if you're thinking, well, maybe this will be, we'll have some $20 tickets again where people just want to go. Like, no, that's not what this guy is thinking. That's not in the plans. So it's like, are the people who can afford those type of seats going to want to sit up there? And Bob is talking about, the parking debacle. I hear a lot of people complaining about that.
Yeah.
Like that's gotten significantly worse this year.
Yeah.
Really?
And it's never been good.
Never been good. Not to mention, now he was smart in putting in his press release or announcement, whatever you want to call it, that they're addressing some of the access challenges that
you might want to look into. You've only had about a dozen people pass out trying to get into these games.
He talked about, though, like leveling a building to do this, right? Did you read that?
Yeah. Which building is it again?
I couldn't recall, but
it's one right next to the stadium.
I'll get
is
that
it
for you
the
real quick.
speech building that's like right there across from the?
Yeah,
It's the Silverstein Looper building.
And that building's been there forever.
Mm-hmm.
They're just going to raise the speech pathology building. Wow.
The Silverstein what building?
Looper.
Silverstein Looper.
Yeah, that's that little building right next to the
Where they come down the hill.
Excuse me. Still got some of the crud here, but yeah, it's interesting. I mean, Danny's he likes to build stuff. Figured out about this guy.
Dan the building man.
Yeah, Dan the builder,
including revenue streams. That's
the
other thing he wants to build.
Yeah, I guess so. I'm with Bear though. Like, how about we get a safety before we start worrying about the third deck?
I agree.
Divert that stream.
Yes.
Russ.
Maybe a shooting guard.
Mm-hmm.
A couple of starting pitchers.
Well, I remember we had this conversation when some of the other construction was going on, that he's trying to get it all out of the way before he has to start giving that money to players and all of that. And now that that's
late.
here.
Why not be proactive?
Exactly.
Get ahead of it.
Coming up, our old pal Ryan Shumpert from Rocky Top Insider stops by to talk all things Tennessee football. More Fan Run Radio coming up. Right now, it's your chance to win a pair of tickets to go see Tennessee basketball in action at the arena tonight. Be caller number 10 right now, 865-966-3435 for a pair of tickets courtesy of our friends at Crown Cleaners, 966-3435. Caller number 10 going to Tennessee basketball tonight courtesy of Knoxville's Imperial Dry Cleaning Service. Crown Cleaners. Fan Run Radio returns right after this.
The Drive.
Follow us on Twitter or X or whatever the they're calling it these days at Fox Sports Knox. Fox Sports Knoxville. Fan Run Radio.
This football season, crack open a cold beer that doesn't fumble the flavor. Garage Beer is 100% beer-flavored beer. No gimmicks, just cold beer. Co-owned by the Kelsey brothers and brewed right here in the Volunteer State, Garage Beer is perfect for fall fire pits and Tennessee tailgates. So pick up a 12-pack today of the official beer of Football Fridays on Fan Run Radio. Garage Beer, 100% beer-flavored beer.
Barley's has live music on weekends, general team trivia on Wednesday nights at 8 p.m., and now live sports trivia courtesy of the Knoxville Trivia Guys every Thursday night upstairs. The game starts at 7 p.m. and is free to play for everyone, so head on down to the Old City and show off your sports knowledge and win gift cards to Barley's. Use those gift cards to buy some delicious food and drinks, and you can take it all in with their wide selection of TVs and indoor projectors. Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria.
This is Bo Kregner with the Kregner Group at Realty Executives. Here in East Tennessee, home means everything. It's where we gather, celebrate, and build our future. That's why our team treats every client like family. Because your home isn't just a transaction, it's part of your story.
From first-time buyers to luxury listings, the Kregner Group delivers results that light up the scoreboard. With expert marketing, powerful local connections, and a heart for service, Bo and his team make your real estate goals a reality.
If you're thinking about buying or selling, let's talk. 865-742-1035 or visit BoKnowsHouses.com. We'd be honored to help you win at real estate. The Kregner Group at Realty Executives. Walking by faith, serving others.
Hi, I'm Jessica Lodgen, one of the hygienists here at Knoxville Smiles. If your children are having sleep or behavioral issues, we have things we can do in modern dentistry that can help not just with their dental health, but also their overall health. Early intervention is the key for younger patients and can avoid costly procedures later in life. If you'd like to learn more, give us a call here at the office and schedule an appointment. 865-539-1776. Or just book online at knoxvillesmiles.com. Smile brighter with Knoxville Smiles.
Vol fans, reimagine your home at Broadway Carpets and Flooring for any remodeling or building needs. With a variety of carpets, rugs, hardwood, vinyl, and stone, Broadway has all the flooring and installation options you're looking for, including pet-resistant products like Pet Perfect Carpet from Shaw Floors. Visit their showroom in downtown Knoxville or the location in West Knoxville located on Kingston Pike near Pellissippi Parkway today.
Hey football fans, this is Stats.
And this is the Sheik, and together we are the Cover Boys, and we cover college football like no one else.
Each week, we preview all the big games in college football, and we may not tell you who's going to win, but we'll tell you who's going to cover.
Our patented right sides are clicking at 66% against the spread all time.
So join us right here every Friday evening at 8 for the Cover Boys on the official voice of Tennessee fans, Fan Run Radio.
And enjoy the winners, everyone.
You won that pair of tickets to go see Tennessee basketball at the arena tonight against North Florida. Appreciate Crown Cleaners for hooking Matt up. Crown Cleaners, Knoxville's Imperial Dry Cleaning Service, serving all of Big Orange Country since the 1960s. I was over at the Bearden Hill location earlier today. Shout out to the Don of Crown Cleaners, South
tomorrow.
North Shore Drive near Dunkin' Donuts. Check them out online at crowncleaners.com. Crown Cleaners, a tradition of excellence. Speaking of excellence, the one and only Ryan Shumpert of Rocky Top Insider is standing by. Good afternoon, Ryan. How are you, sir?
I'm doing well. How are you guys?
Hey, man, we're doing great. Thanks for hopping on with us. You know, I would say this New Mexico State game this weekend is really interesting, but it's not, so I'm not going to. Resting starters, getting youth, much needed experience, the priorities this weekend, staying healthy. How do you think they will handle that? Will Josh Heupel, if the opportunity presents itself, get guys out of the game as quickly as possible?
I don't know as quickly as possible because I do feel like typically he plays the starters, at least on offense, about a possession longer than you feel like he will. Or you get to the point where you say, all right, that'll probably be enough for them, and he gives them one more drive. But I'm sure it'll be a ton of work for the backups. And defense, I imagine, will be a little bit different. Like Aaron Carter obviously played a little bit against Oklahoma, but I don't expect them to push him much in this game because there's really no need to. So I'm sure it'll be plenty of rest for the guys that are banged up, and it will not be a full workload for those that do play. To me, the big question is, behind Joey Aguilar, what does that look like? Is it Jake Merklinger for more drives than it is George McIntyre? Because just speaking for myself, like I want to see George McIntyre a whole lot more than I want to see Jake Merklinger in this game. And I get letting Jake Merklinger get those first snaps, the first drive or two after Joey Aguilar exits the game. But I'm hoping, especially after how UAB went, that we get to see George McIntyre try to operate Tennessee's offense in some real drives in this game.
Hey, Ryan, thanks for joining us. Now, I saw on RockyTopInsider.com. You guys did do a kind of know your foe piece with someone from Las Cruces. Was there anything that guy said that gave you pause, like, oh man, just can't, because they played a couple.
They did have Pavia and Star Thomas.
They did, and
Eli Stowers.
Eli Stowers. But I mean, they played a couple decent, teams that are more at their level, but they played them close, right? Like Liberty and Kennesaw State, who all of a sudden with Jerry Mack is actually a decent team. But I mean, still nothing really to spend too much time thinking about. Would you agree still after the piece?
I would still agree. I think the big thing, or maybe the one thing that stands out, is they said that New Mexico State's been pretty good at creating chunk plays offensively. So that's an area that Tennessee has struggled in, especially at least at times this season, is giving up chunk plays. And then on kind of the reverse, they said that what's mitigated a lot of New Mexico State's success creating chunk plays has been turning the ball over, and Tennessee's been good at forcing turnovers, but it feels like it's been pretty quiet on that front the last few weeks. So, that could be an area that New Mexico State tests Tennessee, and then also an area that you kind of like to see the Vols get back on track, especially before playing, a Florida team. We'll see what happens at quarterback, but DJ Lagway certainly had a lot of turnover problems this year, and the Vanderbilt game is, it projects to be such a low possession game just because of the way Vanderbilt runs offense that, any sort of turnovers in that game could be huge.
Ryan Shumpert, Rocky Top Insider, our guest this afternoon. Ryan, speaking of quarterbacks, and this is kind of what I was getting at with my first question and the rotation there. It's like, okay, if you get this game taken care of by halftime or at some point in the third quarter, there's a lot of speculation around town that, Merklinger, if he hasn't already been passed by McIntyre, getting really close. And is Merklinger even going to be on the team next year? Is he a transfer portal candidate? If that's the way Heupel feels internally, wouldn't it make more sense to just go ahead and give all the backup reps to George McIntyre so that you can get a really good evaluation of where he's at right now and maybe get him some much needed experience looking ahead towards next season?
I think there's something to that, but at the same time, I feel like Tennessee probably feels like they owe it to Jake Merklinger to give him some playing time and let him get some film on tape. And even if they know he's going to transfer, to that he stuck by and stayed this season when Tennessee wanted him to, needed him to. They feel like they deserve to give him some playing time. And look, I would listen to that, and I think that's a fair takeaway. But to your point, I don't think it needs to be like it was against UAB when Jake Merklinger played 3 possessions and George McIntyre. I don't even know if George McIntyre got a possession at all in that game. I think actually it was 4 possessions for Merklinger. He stayed in even, the last 90 seconds as Tennessee ran the clock out. It certainly doesn't need to be anything like that. If it was me, I would say the happy balance is you give Merklinger a drive and go to McIntyre after that. And look, even though I do feel that way and I want to see a good bit of McIntyre in this game, and you can learn some stuff about McIntyre, it's not like it's, to me, what he does against New Mexico State isn't going to prove to be make or break on whether Tennessee needs to go get a quarterback in the transfer portal or whether they'll be happy to just roll with him and phase on Brandon and, maybe the potential of Merklinger coming back for another year.
Jermod McCoy, still a lot of nebulous talk there. I mean, is there any chance we see him for a little bit in this game, with the notion of trying to maybe get some reps in for the bigger games coming up?
I mean, I wouldn't say no chance. I would be surprised if we see him. But who knows? Josh Heupel's update was maybe a little bit more on the positive end on Wednesday.
Right.
But obviously it's hard to glean too much from what he says on that stuff.
Yeah.
So I guess, if you were going to play, this would be the game to do it, like just for a series, just kind of see where you're at. I'd rather see him do that this week for just a series or two, and then next week.
Yeah, from that standpoint, whenever he comes back, or if he comes back, if he's not going to that first game play the full game, or at least like every other series, it's going to just be more frustrating than anything else if he does that against Florida or Vanderbilt. So I think if you're going to do that, and he is able to at all on Saturday, Saturday's the time to do it.
Let me ask you this. We were just talking about this before you joined us, Ryan, about Danny White's remarks about the potential expansion of Neyland Stadium. Just from a fan's perspective, do you think we really need it?
That's a good question. I mean, I wouldn't say need. And it's like really everything has kind of been my response to a lot of what Danny White's done with, some raising prices and stuff, and with the season tickets, whether that be basketball or football. And, kind of a general thought has been, that's fine. There's the demand for it, so you can do it. How patient or people just might be leaving a little bit quicker to turn down those season tickets if things start going poorly for the programs. You better start winning. So, yeah, right now Tennessee football remains competitive year in, year out. I think they could, and look, can't imagine they can really add that many seats, but say they get to 103,000 or something like that. Yeah, Tennessee can continue to sell that out. Really, no issue. But again, if you start struggling, you'll for sure struggle to fill up those seats every week.
All right, Ryan, before we let Bob talk some hoops, because I can tell my man wants to get into the weeds a little bit and some college basketball, I got to ask you the hard-hitting question that everybody wants to know. Smoky gray or dark mode?
Oh, dark mode. It's not even close. Not even close. And look, I don't know what would be the right word. It's a tough spot the people designing the jerseys have been put in by having to design 4 different smoky gray uniforms in 4 years. I didn't love the normal ones to begin with, but certainly I think those are the best, and they've probably gotten progressively a little bit worse each season. And again, that's just difficult. You're asked to design 4 versions of an alternate uniform with some sort of connection to the state's history or the university's history. So that's extremely difficult to do. But yeah, I'm not a fan. Not a fan of the smoky grays in general, and all the more so of the more recent versions. And I'm hoping with Adidas it's heavy on dark mode, and they get out the smoky gray. But I'm an old man. I don't love the alternate jerseys to begin with. So that's my take on it.
Shump says, "Get off of my lawn."
That's exactly right.
I'm here for it.
Yeah, I'm not sure I like the smoky grays, at least this iteration of them. I don't think I've ever liked them, honestly. But
I like the first ones. I didn't.
Yeah.
The only ones I did not like were the orange yoke around. I guess the ones we wore with Joe Milton.
Yeah,
I thought those were hideous.
Yeah, those are brutal.
I mean, these are the busiest ones they've ever worn. The ones they're going to wear this weekend. And
but isn't this the Davy Crockett thing?
Yeah, I kind of like them. I'm reserving judgment. I'll wait until we get to watch the game a little bit. But I want to hate them because, like Ryan and you, Bob, I'm an old guy at heart. I want to hate on things, but I don't know. I'm having trouble doing it. I kind of dig it.
Just too busy. Too much going on.
There's a lot going on. It is a lot.
So like Russ said, let's talk a little basketball. We're kind of in that nether region right now of playing some teams that, helps us maybe work out some kinks, but not the most entertaining basketball. That said, I didn't get to see the game live, but I watched a lot of the highlights, almost game, beginning to end from Saturday against the Norse of Northern Kentucky. Felt like that was a far better effort all the way around than what we saw against Mercer in the opener. Agree?
No doubt. I think it was Grant Hurst talking to me yesterday, so that was the most positive part of the first week was just the improvement from game 1 to game 2, and it was undoubtedly much, much better. A little bit sloppy still at the start, and then in a couple stretches of the second half. But that's a little more understandable. You're up by whatever Tennessee was, 25 points in the second half, playing a bunch of guys. So getting the turnover numbers down was a big positive, and then certainly some individual performances to like as well.
What about JP Estrella? I saw the piece that dropped about. Obviously he looked good against Northern Kentucky, be that as it may. But we're finally seeing a guy who we had so much. There was so much hype and so much ambition and expectation from the fan base, but now it feels like this kid, when he's getting the minutes, he's capable of backing it up. And that's pretty exciting to see when you pair that with Nate Ament and Jacoby Gillespie.
For sure. It feels like it gives Tennessee a third high-level scoring threat and, a threat inside that's just different in what he can do and what you hope in a more consistent basis, not relying on having to make shots from the perimeter. Now JP has to go out and prove it against better competition, against teams certainly a lot better than Tennessee's played, and what should be a challenging non-conference slate as we get later this month and into December, and then certainly SEC play will be a challenge. But he showed a bunch of flashes in preseason practice. I said and wrote a couple times that I was taken aback about how much improvement he had made in a year where he was rehabbing. Like, granted, he was consistently banged up all last preseason too with the foot injury that ended up holding him out, and you still saw the offensive flashes then, but it was not like it was this preseason, and it has not been like it's been early this year. And that's something that I think has been really cool to watch. You knew, like you said, we knew he had that offensive potential and that offensive ceiling, and I thought he would get there. But I did wonder if it would take another year after the injury. And it feels like he's, despite having to do so much rehab, he's made a tons of improvements to his game in the last, I guess we're coming up really on 365 days since he had that surgery.
Well, we got to get through these next 2 weeks, guys, of these, whatever you call them, build-up games, because the event in Vegas is going to be pretty cool. And I guess 2 weeks from today, we'll know how Tennessee fared against Houston the second time around. Did not go well in the Elite Eight last year, but are we gassing up the RTI private jet and sending the boys out to Vegas for this one, Bob?
I'm not going to be in Vegas, but Ryan, I believe you're going to be there, right?
I will be there.
Nice.
Yeah, I'll be, and I need the private jet more than ever with this Thanksgiving week travel. Yeah. So,
or you could drive and leave like now.
Road trip.
Yeah.
Get Rick Butler and let's go, man. Plug in some tunes.
That's no joke.
We can stop at the Butler boat in Dallas along the way.
There you go.
I do feel for you in that regard, because that's totally, I'm just one of probably tens of thousands. It's like wreaking havoc with our Thanksgiving travel plans, changes everything. But hopefully it gets a little stabilized by that time.
Just remember, Shump, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, except for herpes and murder charges. That will follow you back home. Be very careful. That's all I got to say.
Good advice.
Yep. Anything else?
Oh no. I could go all day with Ryan, but I was gonna ask one more question, and that is, and I think this is one that's on a lot of people's minds, and I know it's a work in progress, but Rick's working out the minutes, I know, and he, we've talked about how he says, his famous line, "There's only 200 minutes available in each game," but we saw something with Jalen Carey with only 10 minutes. We saw, Amari Abrams with limited minutes. You think that's still part experimentation, or is that a trend? Is it too soon to say that?
That's a good question. I think it is too soon to say it's a trend, but it's definitely notable. I don't think it's nothing either. It feels, to me with Carey, like I've said it multiple times, he had, I believe, 2 rebounds against Duke. He had 10 against Mercer, and he had 1 against Northern Kentucky. There's the most obvious way for him to help this team is rebounding the basketball. And if he doesn't do that, like I don't see, how he brings a ton to the table to be playing more than 10 minutes or so a game. And then Amari Abrams to me is more interesting. It does feel like he's been that third shooting guard just from a performance standpoint, if not the fourth one, if not Troy Henderson being above him. And obviously Ethan Burks played some point guard too, and Jacoby Gillespie's been on the bench. So it's a little bit of more minutes created because of that, but he certainly has not hit the ground running this season. And to me, it's less obvious. What you point to is his calling card. I do think he can shoot the ball well. He has not shot the ball super well early this season. So I'll be interested to see how he fares these next 3 games. And again, we'll start figuring out a lot more about what the rotation looks like and the guys Rick Barnes trusts the most when they do get to Vegas.
As for tonight, because I've been seeing that Ament's been nursing an ankle. Sounds though like he would probably play some, but maybe we shouldn't expect too many minutes from him.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I do think he's going to be available to play tonight. I'm not sure if he'll be on a minutes restriction, it certainly, I imagine, would be something that they would not push him hard if he's banged up at all. And Tennessee is taking care of business the way they're expected to in a game they're 40-point favorites. So that's worth watching tonight. Bishop Boswell also a little bit banged up, so we'll see what his status is when we get closer to game time.
Hey, Shump, we're having Josh Elander on the show for the first time tomorrow. I've never spoken with him. I'm assuming you have as closely as you follow the program. What should we know about him just on a personal level, and anything you would recommend asking him about?
Yeah, I mean, he's good talking to the media. As I've joked, he's gotten some experience doing it naturally because Tony's been ejected from was ejected from his fair share of games over the last 8 years. So he's a positive guy, and I think the catchers is the position he played. He specifically has coached them in the past, so he always, to me, has had good insight on that, and then the offense as a whole. But certainly, just his baseball knowledge and working with the catchers too has always had a good understanding or a pretty good feel for the pitching staff that is someone that's been the hitting coach. So he's always good to talk to. Always has a lot of good insights whenever I've had the chance to over the years. And yeah, when it comes to the team itself, I feel like there's a ton of questions. So you can I guess the one thing that stands out to me is just it feels like the infield is pretty up in the air with who's going to start where,
Yeah.
and some of that slides in with a couple of those guys can play in the outfield and can play in the infield, so you just don't know who is going to slide into what spots once they start playing games. But all of that will be very interesting to me, both just from a very simple how does it shake out, but also from a standpoint of like how does he handle? Does he do as much experimenting and as much tinkering and moving around as Tony did, or is he more keen to figure out some of those questions as early in the season as possible?
Shump, appreciate the time, my man, and I'm sure we will talk to you again very soon.
Sounds good. Appreciate you guys having me on.
Thank you, Ron.
RockyTopInsider.com, where you can find his work. Ryan Shumpert doing the thing over there, covering all three the major sports like nobody else.
Yeah, he's going to be spending Thanksgiving
By himself. He's out there.
I don't know.
Send
That's a good
Butler
close.
or Sylvia with him.
I don't know. Maybe one of them. We wouldn't send all three, but it might be a two-man team.
A lot of content out there. The RTI takes over Vegas.
Yeah. Well, it's going to be some good ball, man. I just will be interested. I was looking at kind of the format for this Eras thing because it had been a while since I'd seen it. So we truly do not know who they'll be playing next. It's not even an either or thing. It's because of total points scored and all this other stuff that they're measuring in the first two games. So, but you would
play three.
Yeah, you're guaranteed 3 games.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
I believe so.
Round robin style, kind of.
Well, they've got obviously Rutgers and then Houston, and then after that they do a whole kind of measurement. It's like pool play where they're
it's like a group.
Yeah, and so what they're doing is looking at how many points you scored, points scored against, all these other things, and that's how they'll create the Final Four that play. But I think some of the other teams will still play each other after that. But the ones going for the cash prize, that's how they're going to pare it down.
Forget it's for cash.
UTsports.com almost seems to indicate we might be playing Thursday. I don't know. What do you make of this? Is this just one game, or it could be one game on Wednesday or Thursday, or are we playing both days?
Well, if we played Wednesday, if things broke right, you could be playing in the semifinals, and then the championship is on Thursday.
So if you win, you could play 4 games.
Yes.
Huh.
I love Feast Week.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
It's so awesome.
That'd be cool. Watching Vols on Thanksgiving, playing for a championship.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And just quick note before we go to break, just basketball tournaments in Las Vegas are so fun. Like even outside of it, like just the places that they'll hold these tournaments. I got to go to the Pac-12 tournament a bunch of times while I was at school.
Oh, yeah.
They do a great job of hosting basketball there.
I mean, again, just repeating what we had said earlier when they set the teams in this thing. These are some of the teams: Tennessee, Kansas, St. John's, Houston, Auburn,
oh my God,
Oregon, Alabama, Gonzaga, Michigan.
I didn't realize
it is
better than the NCAA tournament.
It is loaded. And by the way, for those of you who are YouTube TV customers, because it still may be a thing, it's all on TNT.
There you go.
Well, and if this takes off as an event, I mean, I think we would all agree the Maui Invitational is the gold standard for the Feast Week tournaments.
Yeah, Maui. That
has
battle for
been.
Atlantis too.
The Atlantis thing is kind of that's become big.
Mhm.
Which one's the one they play in the ballroom that we always?
Well, they're all in the
That's
ball,
Atlantis.
but you're thinking of Atlantis, yeah.
But those, if you look at the fields for those, they've been compromised a little because of this.
Yeah.
There's still some good teams, but it's not like it used to be.
I hope that those events don't suffer.
I love the Maui Invitational. It's always my favorite.
Oh, I didn't mention Iowa State. They're in it too. Another
course.
ranked team.
Jeez.
Why not?
Wow. All right. When we continue, I'm going to pick up on something Shump said about the football game on Saturday. He said that, and I'm not sure if this is his opinion or he's just saying this is what he thinks Josh Heupel would say, that you could make the argument that they owe it to Merklinger to give him those reps. Agree or disagree? We continue. More Fan Run Radio coming up.
The Drive. You're locked onto Fan Run Radio, 105.7 FM, 1340 AM, and online at fanrunradio.com.
Today, we raise a glass of Jameson Irish whiskey to the sport of football. Hear, hear!
To Gaelic football, born in Ireland in 1885 in its thrilling blend of soccer, rugby and basketball. On a massive field, 15 players kick or hand pass a round ball to score points over a bar or into a net. No pads, no helmet, no sense.
Hear, hear!
To college football, which kicked off in 1869 when Rutgers beat Princeton 6-4 in the Battle of New Jersey. With 11 players and helmets and pads, teams battle on a 100-yard gridiron with explosive pass plays and hard-hitting tackles. Unless you're called for targeting.
Hear, hear! Since 1780, Jameson Irish whiskey has been enjoyed by sports fans all around the globe. Whether your football is Gaelic, American, or even soccer, we can all agree on super smooth Jameson Irish whiskey. Hear, hear!
Yee-haw! I've been hooting and hollering ever since I started betting with the VIP Play app. VIP Play has more than 200 leagues, every bet type you can imagine, live betting and live hosts, all with 24/7 support from real live people when you need them. Start betting better with the VIP Play app today.
Don't be a better, be a better with VIP Play today.
Download VIP Play today or head to VIPPlayApp.com. Make sure you use the promo code FANRUN to take advantage of their welcome bonus and so they know that we sent you. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-88-99789. Must be 21 or older and located in Tennessee to bet.
The following radio theater is brought to you by Men's Pro Knoxville.
Hey, Dad, can you play football?
No, buddy.
All right.
Pops, want to work out?
Maybe later.
Hey, kids are in bed. What you up to?
Tomorrow?
You've got one life, and it's too short for not nows, maybe laters, and tomorrows. If you have ED and performance issues, your family, friends, and even your career has already been affected. Book your discreet evaluation at Men's Pro Knoxville and turn your tomorrows into
today.
Yes! Touchdown!
Come on, one more, Dad.
Today!
Push, Dad. One more. Come on, push.
Hey, kids are in bed. What you up to?
Tonight.
Call 865-544-8220 or book now in under 30 seconds at menspronknoxville.com. Men's Pro Knoxville, for every man in every season of life.
Citizens National Bank.
Looking for the ideal gift this holiday season? Visa gift cards from Citizens National Bank make the perfect gift. It's the right size, the right color every time. Ask about personalized bulk orders for your family and friends or customers and employees. For more information, call or stop by today.
Citizens National Bank. Banking never felt so good.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Who was the guy who won the tickets?
Matt Doyle.
Apparently, Matt can't get the night off.
You were kidding me because I was going to tell you earlier. Matt may have been, that's the happiest I've ever heard
Oh,
somebody
that's
when
terrible.
they won something.
His boss wouldn't let him off?
Yeah, he was like, he was happy,
Matt.
happy, man. He was like, I won? I was like, yeah, buddy. He goes, I won? I was like, yeah, man, you won.
Really?
You're going to the game, Matt.
Wow.
Wah,
Oh, man, it's that's so disappointing. Poor Matt. Now I almost don't want to give him away. Just like let it as a show of gratitude and respect to Matt. But we can't let him go to waste, can we?
No, we can't. So,
all right, caller number 10 right now, 865-966-3435. The game tips off in 3 hours, and you have to be able to get off work, evidently, to go to this one. 966-3435. Caller number 10 right now. Go ahead. So if you couldn't get through last time, now's your chance. Hopefully your last chance.
Maybe Matt has an important job.
He's listening to this show at 3 p.m. I don't think he's.
I've got at least one, if not, I think it's two doctors that I have. Listen to this show, Russ.
Remind me their names so I can avoid them in the future. We're talking about the quarterback thing. Their last segment with Shump. My opinion is, and we're not in the meeting rooms looking these kids in the eye. We don't know their parents, their hopes, their dreams, and everything. And Merklinger has been here for almost 2 full seasons now. He's put in a lot of time and effort and energy learning the system and everything. And he's really only gotten to play, I guess, in the UAB game. He played a couple of possessions. Do we owe him anything? Is he owed the opportunity to play Saturday?
Here's my point of view on this, and it may or may not be popular. I don't know, but it's my point of view.
Sure.
We think back to where we were when Nico left.
Yep.
He was the guy. All right. And he readily accepted that opportunity. He was like, hey, man, I'm going to work my butt off. He ended up not being the guy, and that happens.
Mm-hmm.
I could see Josh doing something. If he's coming in, that means the game's in hand. Just thinking, okay, this guy probably is leaving. Let's just give him a little bit of something, like some tape, so to speak, that could help him land at his next spot. I actually think that I could see Josh doing it.
Yeah, and I could see that. I mean, that's the decent thing to do. That's the empathetic thing to do.
That doesn't mean he would get a half of football to play. I could see him playing for, a few series or something is my point. I still think if this game goes as it should, McIntyre would probably see some run too.
So that's that's the human thing to do. That probably, and who knows what the team thinks behind closed doors,
Right.
You got to take locker room politics into consideration into these deals. You just do. It's kind of like we had this conversation about Milton and Nico in 2023,
right?
And people didn't want to hear it then, but it was true. And Milton was super well liked, and Nico was the new guy that you got to earn your stripes when you're in those locker rooms. But here's the cold-hearted business way of looking at it.
Yeah. The draconian
is approach. You're getting paid $9 million a year to win football games. And you've done okay this year, not great. We're not running you out of town or anything, but there's going to be a little pressure going into next year because there is a feeling that we let a few get away from us this year.
Right.
And fans are not going to want to go into another Nico season where it's like, well, you're just going to have to be patient with this guy. He's a redshirt freshman. Talking about McIntyre, if popular wisdom is that Merklinger's not going to be the guy here long term, he's probably going to head for the portal after the season.
Right.
It's going to be McIntyre, true freshman, Faison Brandon, and whatever you can get out of the portal.
Is it wrong for me to be of the mind that you know? I feel bad. Merklinger's getting paid, bro.
No, that's what I'm saying.
That's another factor.
There's there's ways to look at this for sure. There's a couple of different ways.
Ain't the old
that's one of
days.
them. Yeah, I know. I'm not necessarily saying I think that's what should happen. I'm just saying I think that's what could happen. And I could see Josh doing that, just doing the whole, hey, man.
I think that's what's going to happen. I
Yeah.
think what should happen is kind of what Bear and I are alluding to. I think perfect world, Joey plays the first 2 quarters, you get up big, and the second half is George McIntyre's. This is your audition process. We're going to play you the entire half. No shackles. Like, you're going to be surrounded by, maybe we get Brazel and Staley and some of those guys out of there, but you're going to have your running backs there. We're going to let the offensive line play for third quarter or so and see what you can do. See if you can run this thing and get your identity, because that's what's important. We're Tennessee. Like, we're not in the – Tennessee's been good to Jake Merklinger. Like, we paid him. We've given him 2 free years of school.
And gave him a big raise last year.
I don't know. The more we talk about it, I don't know that we owe him squat in terms of playing time.
Again, no, I don't disagree.
All we owe him is whatever we agreed to pay him.
Right. I don't disagree with either one of you. I'm saying this is what I think is happening.
Well, I agree.
We agree. We both agree with you.
Yeah.
All right, we're all on the same page here. Who won the tickets?
Believe it or not,
Another
Seth,
Matt?
Seth Jordan.
Who's that?
The guy that won the passes to the sports thing last week.
Hey, Seth, you're a winner.
He's on a hot streak right now.
That guy and the dude, Nick, who keeps winning the pick of the week.
Yeah, I was talking with the Don, Big Don Holochek, about that when I was over at Crown last week. It came up. That guy's just cleaning house on
evidently
PKs and Crown Cleaner. He'll be well fed and he'll look like $1 million.
Visit crowncleaners.com. Click on the big blue van to learn more about East Tennessee's Imperial Dry Cleaning Service. Crown Cleaners, a tradition of excellence. Setting up a big second hour. Joe Rexroad is going to stop by. We got the top 4 at 4 with Walker when we continue right here on Fan Run Radio.
The Drive.
Hey, Knoxville. Surfside iced tea and vodka, made with real brewed tea, is only 100 calories, 2 grams of sugar, with no bubbles and no troubles. That's right, 0 carbonation, so it's easy to sip and enjoy. Headed to a game day or party at a friend's house? Bring an iced tea or lemonade variety pack from Surfside, or try their green tea and new raspberry tea vodka. Find the can with the sunset stripes this season. Surfside iced tea and vodka, sold at bars, restaurants, and stores near you. Surfside iced tea and vodka, sunshine in a can. Must be 21 or older. Enjoy responsibly.
Hey, Vols fans, Cody Brown here. I grew up right here in Tennessee and know what it means when someone says, I've got your back. That's why you can trust Farm Bureau Insurance of Tennessee. Whether it's your home, your vehicle, your family's future, or the business you built from the ground up, we will show up for all of your insurance needs. We are Tennesseans who understand what matters, which is doing right by you. Insurance is not all about just paperwork and policies, but it's about the people we insure every day. So if you want insurance that hits home, give me a call at 865-992-3871. Go Vols.
Have you ever found yourself wishing your clothes looked brand new again? Whether it's your favorite suit, that little black dress, or your comfy winter coat, Crown Cleaners can make it happen. From stubborn stains to delicate fabrics, the expert team at Crown Cleaners uses the latest cleaning technology to ensure your clothes come back looking and feeling fresh. Visit one of their 2 area locations, Kingston Pike on Bearden Hill or South North Shore Drive near Dunkin' Donuts. Online at crowncleaners.com. Crown Cleaners, a tradition of excellence.
Got a flat tire? Strange noise under the hood? Don't stress. Roll into Matlock Tire and Auto Service. From oil changes and brake repairs to brand new tires, Matlock's certified techs do it all. Fast, friendly, and fair priced, Matlock is the home of the price match guarantee. Bring in any competitor's ad and Matlock will match the exact same tire for the exact same price. Matlock Tire and Auto Service. 5 locations in East Tennessee. Visit matlocktireservice.com to find the location nearest you and schedule your appointment.
What if I told you you could pay off your home in an average of 7 years without making more money or spending a dime less, simply by changing how your mortgage is structured? Sounds impossible? Let me show you how it works. I'm Chris Burleson with University Lending Group, helping families across the U.S. save thousands in interest and own their home years sooner. Don't believe me? Give me a call at 865-388-7634 or visit smartloantn.com to learn more. NMLS number 332941.
Got a problem tree looming over your home? Call ECR Total Landscapes. Whether it's trimming, removal, or storm cleanup, our certified pros get the job done safely and efficiently. We're licensed, insured, and ready 24/7 for emergency calls. Big or small, we cut them all. ECR Total Landscapes. Call now for a free estimate, 865-384-2012, and mention promo code FANRUN for free stump grinding on any tree removal now through the end of the year. Also, visit us at ecrtotallandscapes.com.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville, and W289CU Knoxville, Fan Run Radio.
Are you a federal employee facing workplace challenges like suspension or removal? Are you concerned about your security clearance with any federal agency? You know the Griffin Law Firm is your trusted ally in military legal matters. But did you know they also specialize in civilian federal employment law? If you're a federal employee facing workplace challenges like suspension or removal, if you're concerned about your security clearance with any federal agency, the DOE, FBI, FCC, or DOD, you might not know it, but you do have legal recourse. The Griffin Law Firm specializes in federal employment law, military law, and security defense law. VFL Marshall Griffin and his experienced team are ready to make your problem their problem, no matter which federal agency you work for. Don't face federal employment issues alone. Remember, remain silent, request counsel, call Griffin Law, 888-707-4282, online at griffinlawdefense.com.
It's time for the Drive's Top 4 at 4.
Hour number 2 of the Drive underway here on Fan Run Radio, and time for the Top 4 at 4. It's brought to you by our friends at Matlock Tire and Auto Service. Walker, hit it.
Thanks, Russ. At number 1, the second edition of the 2025 College Football Playoff Rankings dropped last night, and Tennessee jumped up a couple spots during the bye week. The Vols moved from 25 to 23 after Missouri and Washington lost and dropped out of the rankings last weekend. The top 5 were Ohio State, Indiana, Texas A&M, Alabama, and Georgia.
I mean, we're all none of you guys are under any illusions about the reason they're keeping us firmly stuck down there, right? But it helps the other SEC teams. Helps Georgia and Alabama out.
You don't think we're there on merit? I mean, we're 3-loss teams, so you're going to be down there, but you are going to be in it because your 3 losses are quality losses. I don't think there's any grand conspiracy here. I think we're that's about where we are, 18 to 22, that range, anywhere in there.
Yeah, it feels right.
We're no longer the only 3-loss team in there. Iowa.
Yeah, Iowa
is now there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're kind of in the similar spot as we are, just in a slightly less good conference in the Big Ten.
Yeah.
At number 2, Tennessee Athletic Director Danny White said today in a post that with Tennessee approaching 27,000 fans on its ticket waiting list, the Vols are, quote, actively exploring expansion in Neyland's north end zone. The congestion outside the west gates is still being addressed, White said. We made adjustments throughout the year and have partnered with our campus partners to plan on the removal of the Silverstein Looper building, creating a much larger open space at the bottom of Peyton Manning Pass. We are also aware of the need to tackle the congestion issues in the Upper South Concourse and are working closely with engineers to find practical solutions.
I've got a practical solution for him, Russell. How about we go back to how we used to do it when this wasn't a problem?
Well, you can't. The problem with the stadium is those founder suites, and I can't. It boggles the mind to think that they did not realize what a problem this was going to create. But they basically cut off, from goal line to goal line, that entire section of the upper concourse. It's not accessible.
No.
Except for how many people total are in the founder suites? 500?
Sounds
1,000?
right.
200? Like, I don't know. It's not many. It's literally the upper 1%.
Mm-hmm.
They're the only ones that have access to that huge portion,
area.
and they've got it walled off. Like, you can't go through there. And so people are just packed like sardines into that concourse. And it's been every game. It hasn't gotten better. And it's a safety concern. It's not.
They need to tear down that
people
wall.
being Mr. White, tear down this wall. I mean, that's not going to happen.
No, they're going to keep that stuff up.
So, I don't know what
He's
they can do,
himself.
but it's been a safety issue. Like people are passing out, and having medical emergencies.
Imagine the climb to get to a third deck. That and just, I would never go up there. I mean, it's scary enough. I mean, you've talked about it when you went up there when you were a kid. I remember when I was a kid getting in the upper deck. It's Neyland Stadium's very steep. I can't imagine the third deck. You're not going to be able to see anything. I mean, the sight line's going to be very similar. I know I said it in the first hour, to what you deal with when you're in the upper deck at Bristol.
It's going to be like the Roman Coliseum or something.
I think it's tiny.
I never liked going to games in the Neyland press box. I would I would always go outside, and there's like a little platform area where you're still up high, but I remember like you would be right next to the visitor radio booth. And I would go and stand there just so you could like feel the crowd noise and the energy of the game. Just because I hated I would go back up and get food at halftime, but I hated being walled off. You're not a part of the action up there.
That's all press boxes.
Yeah, I mean that's back in my corporate days. We had a box up there, and aside from the food and maybe protecting you from the elements, it's just a nicer way to watch it at home on TV. You don't get any of the energy at all.
It's TV without the replays.
Yeah, right.
And the announcers.
At number 3, Rick Barnes locked up one of his top targets for the class of 2026 today as the early signing period opened this morning. 4-star power forward Manny Green will be the first signed addition of next year's class after being committed since October 10th. Green, sitting at 6'6", 215 pounds, is a 247 top 100 prospect out of Ellenwood, Georgia.
Nice. And then Miles Sadler announces on Sunday.
Yeah. Is that his commitment, or is he going to sign?
Yeah, it'll be his commitment.
Okay.
Yeah, he's same thing. We're in very high cotton in that one. A lot of big teams we're up against too.
Not to be the old guy who complains about everything. I feel like we're doing that too much today, but I used to be a hoops recruiting junkie. Like I knew who the best freshman in the mid-state was, and you would follow these recruitments for years and everything. And now it's like you said Manny Green, and it took me a while. I had to go back, like, who is that? Then we talked about him a month ago when he committed, but it's just different now with the portal. And
yeah,
I just assumed that we got him, and there were Ralph Scott and Marquise Clark.
They're both hard commits, but haven't signed yet.
Yeah. I mean, the chances are maybe one of those guys will be a player here.
Yeah.
And two of them are going to are going to bounce. So it's hard to get really emotionally invested in it like you used to.
Yeah, it's tough, especially when commitments just don't mean as much as they used to, like you're talking about. But on a bright side, that kind of makes like signing the dotted line even more important for this guy like Manny Green. To do it the first day the early signing window opens, like, it's not nothing. It's good to see. But no, I agree. It's not as fun to follow basketball recruiting anymore. And at number 4, the New York Giants will start quarterback Jameis Winston against the Green Bay Packers on Sunday, interim coach Mike Kafka announced. Starter Jackson Dart is in concussion protocol as the Giants return to practice today and is set to miss Week 11. Winston jumps fellow veteran Russell Wilson on the depth chart as the first major move under Kafka, who took over for Brian Daboll this week.
And we'll actually be able to watch that game because for the first time, I believe, since the Titans became the Titans and moved to Tennessee, neither of the local affiliates are showing the Titans game. And I believe it's a Fox game. And I believe the one that we're going to see here in the East Tennessee market on WTNZ is the Giant. Who are the Giants playing? You just said
Packers.
Yes.
Yeah, you'll get to see goofy Jameis Winston do a pregame interview.
I love it.
Has anybody ever? I mean, he's completely kind of remade his whole image. I feel like.
I think he still can play too. I think it's a wise move from a playing standpoint, putting him in over Russell Wilson. But yeah, he's also a character. They keep saying he's kind of prepping himself. He wants to be a minister when it's all said and done.
Yeah.
I mean, if Mike Tyson, I've often said, America's favorite convicted rapist, I think Jameis Winston is America's favorite exonerated rapist. Accused, but
he was accused of rape. He was accused of sexual assault.
You say tomato, I say tomato.
No, I love Jameis Winston. The guy's the best. He's just fun to watch, and I will be content with never watching Russell Wilson play football again.
Right.
I loved him. I loved him growing up. I had a Seahawks Russell Wilson jersey. Loved him, but he's just unwatchable now. Like, it's not fun to watch him play football.
Even Ciara doesn't want to watch him play anymore.
Whoa.
No.
First thing in the post Brian Daboll era, the Giants show some sense. They should just let Jackson Dart sit as long as he needs to.
I hope Jameis plays the rest of the year for him.
What if they just went on a tear with famous Jameis, got back into it? Mike Kafka got that job full time.
Yeah.
That is the top 4 at Ford's, brought to you by Matlock Tire and Auto Service. 5 locations to serve you. Will be at the Maryville location of Matlock Tire and Auto Service 1 week from today. Blount County, get ready. We're coming to your city. So come out and see us 1 week from today. It's The Drive, live at the Maryville location of Matlock Tire and Auto Service. Find out more online at matlocktireservice.com, and can't wait to be back in the City of Champions next week, right in the heart of the run-up to East Tennessee teams trying to bring back a couple of little gold balls.
Have you been out that way recently?
To Maryville?
Yeah.
I haven't been, no.
It is blowing
Zoo?
up. It is blowing up.
Those people from California.
It's just growth everywhere. Restaurants and
so we got the California people coming to escape the taxes and the street defecators and whatever else they got going. And now we're going to have the New Yorkers. We got the Yankees coming, trying to escape Mom Donnie madness.
Yeah. I mean, it was, but this stuff was precipitated post-COVID, right? I mean, that was the whole deal. These people were in the big cities because they didn't know what they didn't know what they didn't know.
What do we think? Because I know people joke online. They're like, stop, we're all full.
No, like I've heard like native Blount Countyans are not real happy with all these transplants now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the housing shortage is.
Well, yeah, because all those people from California and New York sold their houses for gazillions of dollars and moved here and took advantage of the much lower prices in East Tennessee.
No, they overpaid.
They used to be lower.
Yeah, that's the whole problem. They went because even overpaying was a lot more affordable than what they were paying in these other markets. It's a mess. It's a mess.
What do we do? Just build more homes?
Tiny homes. That's the future.
Yeah, maybe.
Condos.
I could live in one of those.
I could too, man. Every now and then I see these huge, like I was looking at Sam Pittman's house that's on the market now.
What
I'm like, I could never live there. I could never live in a palace, man. Like
there'd be rooms I'd never go into.
Well, I know how much dust and stuff collects in my house as it is. Like, can you imagine? I guess you would have maids and stuff if you lived in a $4 million estate, but can't relate. Let's get Geraldo in here. What's up, Geraldo?
Give me a palace. I want to live in Wayne Manor.
Stately Geraldo Manor. Your toilet is flushed, sir.
I am so mad, sir.
What? Why not? You can't just live in a state of perpetual misery, Geraldo. This is not good for your mind.
I am mad because New Mexico State football is rolling up to town this Saturday, and this football team needs to be punished for 2 reasons.
Yes.
Reason number 1, the Manhattan Project. They introduced atomic weapons into the world, and they need to be punished for that.
Wasn't
Number 2,
East Tennessee a critical part of the Manhattan Project as well?
It certainly was. No. Yes, it it was. But they need to be punished for their part. We've been punished for our part for the past 20 years. It's their turn. Number 2, Diego Pavia. We need to punish them for Diego Pavia. We need to make a statement to Diego Pavia that this is your former football team, and what we do to them, we're going to do tenfold to you.
I don't know that Diego Pavia is going to be looking at it like that. Look, I love the intensity. Geraldo, you're the first person that we've talked to in 2 weeks who actually has any sort of analysis at all to offer about this game. I'm just saying, like, it feels like you're carrying a lot of anger about what's happened in the past, and you're also carrying a lot of anxiety about what's happening in the future, what might happen in the future. And that's just a lot of worry. It's not healthy, man.
Well, the truth is this, sir.
Yeah.
We can get back on that horse this week. Let's put up 70-plus points on these jokers and punish them for the 2 things that I've said. We'll feel good about it. And then it's Florida week. And here's the deal, sir. If you can't beat the worst Florida team I've ever seen,
yeah.
If you can't beat them in the swamp,
go Gator.
You're never going to do it. You're never going to do it. I'm willing to be like, okay, we went 9-3 this year. We didn't meet our goal.
See, this is what it's all about.
It's still a good year.
This is what it's all about, Bob. It's not about New Mexico State. It's not about Pavia. It's not about Oklahoma. It's not about any of that. This is Tennessee. This is battered Vols syndrome. This is Florida-induced psychosis.
Go Gator.
Yeah, what I'm thinking too is it's been on my mind, but Geraldo just reminded me of it. It's the fact that we haven't played for a few weeks. This New Mexico State game notwithstanding, feels like some people kind of came back around with Josh. Like, hey, you know what? Maybe we were a little overreactive off the heels of that Oklahoma game. I'm beginning to believe if these boys lose in Gainesville,
it's going to be toxic.
Yeah.
It's going to be absolutely and I'm going to lead the charge because there is no excuse to lose to Florida this year. Absolutely not. I don't care about the past. Yes, I know it's a factor. Yes, I know we're going to be in the swamp, but there's going to be like 10 people there. Those jort-wearing losers are the worst fan base I have ever encountered. They're front runners. They're not loyal. Unloyal losers.
Go Gator.
And they're not going to support their team. And if we can't go in there and absolutely destroy them next week, what are we even doing? What are we even doing? Shut the football program down if we can't destroy New Mexico State for the Manhattan Project and Diego Pavia, and then the next week go down to Florida and absolutely dismantle that program before Lane Kiffin rebuilds it.
Everything kind of takes almost like a
thank you, Geraldo,
like a mobland approach to these games. With
a good point. Like the only good thing to come out of New Mexico was Breaking Bad.
It's pretty state.
I mean, I kind of disagree with him. The bomb was kind of a good thing at the time.
Created a lot of jobs.
It also
ended a lot of jobs.
It saved a lot of lives.
That's one way to find out you're fired. Big stereo.
Yeah.
Go kaboom.
I was just
dosing them babies.
Guess I won't have to go to the job tomorrow, honey.
This whole thing, like, send a message to Pavia, like, what we just did to them, we're going to do to you. It just sounds like I said, it's like something out of a mob movie or something.
I mean, I don't know if you've noticed this about Geraldo, but he's not exactly wired really tightly.
He's intense, for sure.
He's
Too
deranged.
soon on the nuke jokes, Walker. I mean, you look very disappointed in me. You find that distasteful?
No, I'm looking at something else. I was laughing more at Bear jumping because he thought Geraldo.
I know,
almost.
yeah. He thought I know what you thought.
Yeah.
He was winding up, and Bear jumped like he saw a ghost or something.
A version of shut the front door, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Coming up, We'll visit with our old pal Joe Rexrode of The Athletic and 102.5 The Game in Nashville. Oh, man. Maybe the local Fox affiliate is doing us a favor from not letting us watch the Titans this week.
Well, you'll be able to, you know what? If anything consequential happens in that game, if you get NFL Red Zone, you'll see it.
Not only does Joe have to watch the game, like he has to talk about it for 3 hours every day.
That's not good.
That's rough. We'll see how he's doing when we continue. It's Fan Run Radio. Stay with us.
The Drive. For the fans, by the fans. This is Fan Run Radio, Knoxville.
Bankruptcy, divorce, personal injury. These are just some of the curveballs life can throw at you. Fortunately, East Tennessee has someone to help you work through these problems and recover. The law offices of Jerry R. Givens. If you're in need of legal advice, call today to set up a free, no-obligation consultation. 865-801-9250. As always, the phone call is free, the advice is free, so what do you have to lose? Call 865-801-9250 or go online to jrglawtn.com. That's jrglawtn.com. The law offices of Jerry R. Givens. Legal expertise you can rely on.
Running a business, coaching a team, planning your next big event, you need more than just gear. You need SM Athletics and Logo Solutions. Custom uniforms, branded apparel, promotional products, done right, done fast, and built to show off your brand with pride. From local businesses to high schools to major universities, SM Athletics is trusted by winners. Get real service, get real quality, get noticed. SM Athletics and Logo Solutions, where your brand comes to life.
Visit smathletics.com and let's build something great together.
It's time for the North Knox Siding and Windows High School Football Player of the Week. Brought to you by North Knox Siding and Windows. Call 865-689-0505 or visit them online at northknoxsidingandwindows.com.
This week's North Knox Siding and Windows High School Football Player of the Week is Greenville High School quarterback Caden Baugh. Baugh was a perfect 11 for 11 passing for 274 yards and 4 touchdowns in Greenville's 56-10 win over Carter last week. Baugh also carried 5 times for 107 yards and 2 more scores as the Green Devils advanced to face White County in round 2 of the playoffs. Greenville High School's Caden Baugh, this week's North Knox Siding and Windows High School Football Player of the Week.
North Knox Siding and Windows, locally owned and operated. They can handle all your siding, window, gutter, and roofing needs. Call 865-689-0505 for a free estimate or go online to northknoxsidingandwindows.com.
Tired of waiting for the weekend or good weather to play around? From casual to committed, Back 9 Golf has got you covered. Open to the public and offering flexible membership opportunities, they offer 24/7 access to 5 different simulators, providing cutting-edge technology, instant swing feedback, fun mini games, and a wide variety of courses to choose from. Perfect for that solo round you want after work, or swing by with food and drinks for an afternoon with friends and family. No stressful tee times, no rain delays. It's Back 9 Golf your way. Book your tee time now at theback9golf.com.
White Claw is taking hard seltzer to new heights with White Claw Surge. At 8% alcohol, White Claw Surge is a stronger wave of refreshment that doesn't compromise on taste. Available in 4 bold waves of flavor like ripe blackberry, citrusy blood orange, zesty natural lime, and tart cranberry. Check out your favorite retailer in-store and online for the White Claw Surge Variety 12-pack and 16-ounce single-serve cans. White Claw Surge. Please drink responsibly.
Back here on The Drive, Fan Run Radio. Wednesday afternoon edition of the show. Russell Smith, Bob Baskerville, Baron Walker through the glass this afternoon, and our old pal Joe Rexrode of The Athletic and 102.5 The Game is here. Hello, Joe. How's it going?
Russ, good. How you doing, man?
Hey, man. I'm doing all right. We were just talking about you before the break, and just curious what it's like covering the Titans every day on local radio this year.
Yeah, well, Bear was telling me about the TV situation, which is that's a pretty sobering sign of the time. For the Titans, I would think. Yeah, I mean, look, it's a lot of we're trying our hardest to not talk about the draft because I mean, we already spend so much of a year on the draft, and I swear some fans already care more about the draft than the football games. I mean, it's the darndest thing. But there is a coach search coming, so you got that. You can always rip the owner. Very easy to do. Very, that appeals to the masses. Very little, in season we usually, although it's decreasing in the last couple of years, but we usually, spend a fair amount of the week talking about the next game, the next opponent. That's just basically irrelevant now. So you do have Cam Ward, and that's probably the dominant topic of discussion, but yeah, it's very different.
Yeah, it's no TV for the local Fox affiliate. That Joe, I've been here in East Tennessee the entire time the Titans have been here. I don't think this has ever happened before, where if you have just local TV, an antenna, rabbit ears, you cannot watch the Titans.
Yeah, I mean, that's wild to me. And the fact that so Bear was saying that the game that is going to be shown as Packers Giants, which I mean isn't exactly like it's not exactly like Bills Chiefs, right? I mean, it's that's my goodness. That is awfully sad. How many people do you think are upset about that? I mean, I have to think there's a fair amount of Titans fans out there.
I'm kind of it's I wasn't planning my day around it, but certainly going to monitor events, and if it got interesting, you tune in for a little bit. So I don't know. I made the comment that maybe they're doing us a favor.
Well, and Joe, this is Bob. I also think some of this is, I mean, they measure these markets in terms of viewership. It probably speaks pretty loudly that people aren't paying attention to it around here. And, maybe I am surprised like you though, that it's not, why isn't it Falcons or Panthers or something that's a little more regional than Packers and Giants?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like if there's or regional, or if there was like a really attractive national game where it's but it's for that game, boy, those numbers, I think you're probably right. The numbers must be pretty awful, but there's a lot of apathy around here for this team too.
Talking with Joe Rexrode of The Athletic, 102.5 The Game here this afternoon. So, last thought about the Titans here, and then we'll get into some college football topics with you, Joe. The coaching search you mentioned there, I'm sure you guys have been over this and over this. What is sort of the consensus amongst the fans, the media there, of what the Titans shortlist should look like?
Well, I think how it goes with coaching searches, Russ. You've got often teams or programs will do the opposite of what they just did, right? So the Titans had the big fire him up culture guy, get out there and get in the blocking drills guy. And then they're like, no, let's find the best young nerd offensive play caller we can find and get a quarterback and, do that whole thing. And of course that has failed miserably. So now I think they probably go back to more of the Mike Vrabel model, especially considering he's 8-2 and he might be coach of the year in the NFL this year. So that said, I mean, I think a lot of the names on the popular lists are also still like play callers or at least offensive coaches. I mean, I think Robert Saleh would fit that bill of what I just described pretty well. And, I think he probably gets a mulligan on the Jets experience, just like a lot of people who go through that organization and then do really good things elsewhere. But you've got some obvious names, Arthur Smith, of course, who has been a good OC, did not have a good tenure as head coach in Atlanta, also didn't have a quarterback. Matt Nagy, people kind of forget that, he actually did pretty well with the Bears considering Mitch Trubisky was his quarterback. And there's with him and Mike Borgonzi, the general manager. You got Mike McCarthy sitting there. He has a link with Chad Brinker, the president of football operations. So those are some of the obvious names. I mean, I like Saleh. If you could get Saleh and a good OC like a Mike McDaniel, if he's out there, like maybe a Brian Daboll now that he's out there, I think that could be a pretty good situation.
Staying on coaching searches, we'll jump over to college because this has been just bananas recently with all the open jobs already. The season's not even over. All sorts of names being thrown around. And then you brought to light with a piece that you dropped today on The Athletic, the name of someone who's near and dear to Tennessee fans, but it seems pretty certain he's going to be getting some calls, and that's Alex Golesh. What are your thoughts? I mean, what he's built at South Florida is great. South Florida says they've got money to try to keep him, and not only keep him, but invest in players, et cetera. But it's still in the American Athletic Conference. Still seems to me like he's going to end up getting a bigger job, and seems like he's deserving of it. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, for sure, Bob. I think it's going to be really interesting because I think on everything he's.
Well, seems like we lost Joe Rexroad. Let's see if we can't reconnect with him and hopefully get a little bit better connection right there. It's interesting hearing him talking about Robert Saleh. I know he was in a bad spot with the Jets. He's back with the 49ers now, I believe. Good defensive mind.
He's the DC for the
Seemed like
Niners.
a strong leader. Is just in a situation where you had no quarterback whatsoever.
Terrible ownership too.
Yeah, wasn't helping.
No, not at all. I mean, I actually thought he was going to be a pretty good coach. I was surprised how quickly it went downhill there, but I don't know. Sounds like we might have Joe back now.
Hey, Joe, sorry about that. We got the gremlins here at Fan Run. Hopefully we're good to go now. We were talking about Alex Golish.
Yes.
Yeah, sorry about that. I don't know what happened, but yeah, look, I think it's really interesting because he has a great situation and they invest. And look, that fan base has dreams of, we're going to be in the Big Ten someday because we have, we got the most Big Ten alums on this coast as anywhere else in the country, and there's a lot of potential and there's a lot of investment there. But yeah, look, like if an Auburn were to come after him or something like that, maybe not. I don't know. I think he is going to be picky. I think he can be picky, and the way things are going. And look, he bristles at the investment talk. He does, and I think sometimes it's like, okay, man, look, we get it. You're doing a great job of coaching, developing all that stuff, but also let's face it. We all know the score here too. Like if you're in a conference where your school is going to invest millions more than anybody else, well, that you're going to be better for it, and that's great. That's a great situation, and it's a way to keep someone like that until he gets the perfect job. So I think that's South Florida's hope is, okay, maybe like Auburn goes somewhere else, Penn State goes whatever somewhere else, and he's like, you know what, Arkansas, no thanks, and they get another year. But I mean, I don't think it'll be long. I think look, Tennessee fans. It's not like the world ended when he left. And obviously this year, the offense has returned to, at times it's looked to me like that 2022 offense. But he was a big loss as a recruiter, as an assistant, as everything. He's a tremendous coach. And I do think that there's a good chance that at some point he's on the opposite sideline from Josh Heupel, at an SEC school or maybe another power conference school.
Joe, we were talking about Tennessee's game this weekend against New Mexico State, and obviously you're looking to get some starters rest and some backups playing time. And along those lines, the quarterback situation has been a topic of conversation today with Jake Merklinger being the backup, but George McIntyre presumed to be the future. Does Josh Heupel, in your opinion, owe Merklinger playing time on Saturday, even if he believes that McIntyre is the long-term answer? Or do you think this day and age he should just skip over and play the guy that he thinks is more likely to be his quarterback next year?
Well, that's a really interesting question. I don't know that he owes it to him. I think it would be doing him a solid, but at the same time, I mean, if behind the scenes, if you've gone through things and the kid has kind of passed him up, then I think you have to go with that too, don't you? You have to kind of, I mean, it's just like if everything's supposed to be merit-based, including at that position, then wouldn't you do playing time that way? And which also, again, possibly sets you up because I think everybody thinks that, McIntyre's going to be around. He's going to be competing for the job. Merklinger will be somewhere else. I guess my question would be, what is the situation? Like if Aguilar goes down right now in a game, who's out there? Do you know?
Well, I mean, we haven't really talked about that either, Bob. I guess Merklinger would get the first shot. And I think the question is
If
more.
so, I'd play him then. If that's true, if you would lean on him in that situation, then I think that you would play him then. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think that's the answer.
But so much of this has become projection, right? It's like, what? Well,
Yeah.
you're not in the playoff this year, so it's about getting ready for next year. And it's like, it's almost as if winning the game is, I don't want to say secondary, but developing players, getting them meaningful experience that might pay dividends in the future is more important than anything that might happen for this season.
Yeah. No, I hear you. And that's the thing. When the playoff now becomes the dominant thing, then once that's out, then what else, Matt, right? Like no one cares about like what bowl game we might get anymore, right? But with that whole mindset, Russell, it's also like, gosh, if you're a coach thinking that way, don't you also realize that you have to re-recruit your entire roster anyway after the season? And some of these guys you're worried about might bolt anyway, you know? And I mean, I don't think that's the case with George McIntyre, but I'm just saying, yeah, I think that you have to still like run things and you have to do things by merit and by what people have earned as a coach. And that has to be kind of the standard that is always followed. I mean, it's not like a few snaps here in this game are going to make all the difference for George McIntyre next year as he's competing or possibly playing for Tennessee, right? I mean, there's a whole bunch of growth he's got to go through in the offseason anyway.
Absolutely.
I wanted to ask you about, I love reading some of the work you've done, and this one you just put out regarding who we'd like to see. What'd you title it? College Football Playoff Rankings Champions We Can Stomach, which I thought was great because we all kind of go through that. And I'm from the state of Indiana, and I'm not an Indiana University fan. You're either that or Purdue or something else, and I'm not Indiana. But I got to say, what I'm watching is unbelievable because up until just this past weekend, they were the losingest Power 5 or Power 4 program in the history of college football, and here they are in less than 2 years, and they do look like they're championship material. I mean, have you seen anything like that in the college game in recent memory?
I can't. I mean, you have programs that come. I mean, look, we can go back 30 years, and I remember Northwestern with Pat Fitzgerald as the senior middle linebacker, and I think it was Steve Schnur at quarterback, randomly winning the Big Ten.
Yeah.
So and getting the Rose Bowl. So you'll have these stunning, stories every once in a while. But yeah, like Indiana, I think you're right. I think they're a lot better than last year's team, and I think that they could make a run and they could actually make a bid to win it. So I think obviously it speaks to a couple of things. One, Kurt Cignetti is obviously an incredible coach. I mean, this is now everybody now is like, for one thing, he's accelerated the clocks on how many coaches around this country because of what he's done in 2 years at Indiana. And also he's made everybody look, okay, who is the group of 5 coach we're all missing right now that can do this. But also it's of course this era too. And for all the complaints about this era of college football, and I understand many of them, I mean, let's face it, this could not have happened before we had NIL and the transfer portal, right? I mean, like there's no way this happens. So for all the bad that comes with that, and I think especially just the player movement year after year, where you just don't know who's going to be where, and you can't get attached to players. It's pretty cool that any place that invests and hits it with a coach and gets a little luck can be that. I mean, Vanderbilt, to a lesser extent, another great example of that. Texas Tech, of course, is the example of you got a billionaire ready to just throw it on the table. You can build yourself a defensive line that costs more than a lot of Power 4 teams, and you're going to be good. So, again, I know some people don't like that, but to me, I mean, as opposed to just, is it going to be Alabama, Georgia, Ohio State every year? I mean, I think it's pretty cool.
Talking with Joe Rexroad of The Athletic in 102.5 The Game this afternoon here on the show. And Joe, what is the feeling like around Clark Lee and that Vanderbilt program you mentioned? Is what he is building sustainable over the long haul in Nashville?
Well, I think I wish we could have all the spreadsheets and all the breakdown of, what everybody's spending and getting donated and all that stuff. But, I know that Vanderbilt people are adamant, like they are not at the bottom or near the bottom of the SEC right now in terms of, investing in roster. And I think you're seeing it. Like they have lines, and I've never seen this before in my lifetime. They've got guys on both lines that like they look like an SEC team now up front, and they're not perfect, and their defense has been bad lately. And of course, Diego Pavia is gone after this year, and so that's going to be the huge question, right? Like, okay, life after Pavia, what are you going to do? He's been such a transformational player, but look, I think they have, Vanderbilt's not a big school, obviously, like most of the SEC, the huge public universities with a lot of donors and a lot of alumni, but they got some successful people with a lot of money, and they are mobilized, and they have a chancellor who cares and is like, we need to win. We're going to invest to win. It's never happened at Vanderbilt. They have a good AD who raises money and, is like the coaches love working for Candace Lee. So I think if they have the chancellor, AD, and Clark Lee in place, I think they're going to be competitive, Like, does that mean they're going to be in playoff contention more years than not? I don't know. That's hard to say. The league is so tough, right? And again, they do have right now, they have like an all-time program player at quarterback. But I think that they're not going, as long as they have those people in place, and I think people are going to be coming for Clark Lee, by the way. So, you got to keep an eye on that, and you got to lock him up, and you got to pay him. But as long as they have those people in place, I think they're going to be competitive. They're not going to be a laughingstock anymore. They're not going to be Vanderbilt as we've known Vanderbilt for most of our lives.
I got one more for you. This year, more than others, it feels like there's some really good play at a high level, but I'm thinking about the Heisman Trophy, and I'm thinking about like who would be the guy. At the beginning of the season, it felt like John Mateer at Oklahoma could be the guy, but then he got hurt and he hasn't really come back like he started the season. But you look at some of these other guys, whether it's Mendoza, that's the one that comes to mind for me. Some of the big names at the beginning of the year are not there anymore. And so it's guys like Mendoza, Ty Simpson at Alabama. Who catches your eye when you think about the Heisman for this coming season? Because again, it feels like it's quarterback centric once again.
Yeah, I think this year it's very different from last year. Like this time, by this time last year, it was like, okay, it's either Travis Hunter or it's Ashton Jeanty, and it's kind of like, who you like the jack of all trades who does everything, or just this unbelievable one of the greatest running back seasons ever. That was a very good year. Like those guys, each of them could have won in a lot of years. This year's still open to me. Mendoza helped himself last week for sure with that drive at Penn State. Although that game was about to hurt him because he didn't play well for a lot of the game. The drive was huge. That's a Heisman moment. I would have to consider him the favorite. I know that Vegas has Julian Sain as the favorite. I don't buy that. I've been voting for the Heisman for a long time, and I don't, necessarily represent voters at large. But I think there are some things that are often true, and one of them is if you have just like a quarterback with good numbers for a great team, that's often not good enough. And a lot of times voters are just like you just look at the guy and it's like, yeah, he's good, but have they ever really needed him this year? They have the best defense in football. They got the best receivers in football. I don't buy him as the winner. I think Mendoza's a favorite. I think Ty Simpson has a better case than Sain, because I think he's been more integral to what Alabama has needed. They are more of a flawed team than Ohio State. And look, I still think that Pavia, because of his last 2 weeks, his defense giving up 991 yards. He's got 894 and 8 touchdowns on his own to almost come back against Texas and then to save them totally against Auburn. And you start looking at his numbers and the competition and everything. If they get to 10-2, they win in the finale at Tennessee, and they get to the playoff. I still think that the doors open enough that it could be like Vanderbilt's going to the playoff. How could you not give it to this guy for what he's done to carry that team? But I think it would take two huge performances and probably a little bit of stumbling from Mendoza.
Boy, man, if Pavia and the Commodores win in Knoxville here in a couple of weeks, post-apocalyptic, I believe, would be the description I would put on what the scenes would be like here, but we'll see. It's going to be a big one. I've not
it should
said
be.
that much.
I mean, it should be a heck of a fun. I would think like an up and down. Both of these offenses probably have a big edge on the defenses, so I think it'll be fun.
Yeah, it's going to be good. Hey, Joe, great catching up with you, my friend. Hope everything is well for you and the game crew over there in the Mid-State, and let's do it again soon.
Sounds good. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Joe Rex Road from The Athletic and 102.5 The Game. Morning show in Nashville there, breaking things down with us. Appreciate his time, and got a couple of Titans thoughts and Tennessee Vandy thoughts to piggyback off that when we continue. Stay with us. It's Fan Run Radio. Back with more right after this.
The Drive. Catch up with all things Fan Run by subscribing to our podcast feed. Like, rate, and download the show from the Fan Run app or wherever you get your podcasts.
This football season, crack open a cold beer that doesn't fumble the flavor. Garage Beer is 100% beer-flavored beer. No gimmicks, just cold beer. Co-owned by the Kelsey brothers and brewed right here in the Volunteer State, Garage Beer is perfect for fall fire pits and Tennessee tailgates. So pick up a 12-pack today of the official beer of Football Fridays on Fan Run Radio. Garage Beer, 100% beer-flavored beer.
Don't let the chaos of the holiday season slow you down. Adding your CNB bank cards to your digital wallet makes checking out fast and easy. Forget digging through your wallet or entering payment information. Just tap, pay, and you're on your way. Add your bank cards to your digital wallet for a smoother shopping experience.
Citizens National Bank. Banking never felt so good.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
With over 60 years of experience in the industry, Merritt Garage Doors has a wealth of expertise in commercial overhead doors in the East Tennessee area. Merritt offers a wide range of door styles like sectionals, rolling steel, high-speed, and sheet doors. They also supply and install a wide range of dock equipment. If your business is in need of overhead doors, no matter the type, look no further than Merritt Garage Door, Knoxville's best and most trusted overhead door company. Contact them anytime for a free estimate at 865-933-5319 or online at merrittgaragedoor.com.
Welcome to Axle Logistics, where excellence isn't just a goal, it's an energy. As a leading third-party logistics company, Axle is powered by an award-winning culture built on a work hard, play hard mentality. Here, the drive for success is contagious and hard work never goes unnoticed. Whether you're just starting out or looking to level up, Axle Logistics is the place to launch your career. Join us and take your ambition to the stars. To learn more, visit axlelogistics.com.
Your smile says it all, so make sure it's saying the right thing. At Knoxville Smiles, we believe healthy teeth mean happy lives. Invisalign is a clear aligner orthodontic treatment that gradually straightens teeth without the use of traditional metal braces. And now, at Knoxville Smiles, we're offering Invisalign special pricing for new patients. Call for details at 865-539-1776 or just visit us at knoxvillesmiles.com. Don't wait another day to love your smile. Smile brighter with Knoxville Smiles.
Blackford Veterinary Surgery Referral specializes in surgeries not regularly performed by your pet's general veterinarian. They're currently accepting referrals from vets all across the country. With their newly renovated state-of-the-art surgery center and highly trained staff, clients can rely on professional and thorough care. If your vet says that your pet needs surgery or rehab, ask for a referral to Blackford Vet and let them get your best friend back on its feet. Located conveniently in West Knoxville. For more information, visit blackfordvetsurgery.com.
You know, I did kind of want to talk about the Titans coaching search as a piggyback off our conversation with Joe, but then I think about the fact that that game is not being shown locally, and what you said, Bob, about how they do marketing analysis of, you know, hey, nobody's watching these games. And then I start thinking about, is it even worth our time? Does our audience give a damn? Maybe we should just pivot back to the Vols.
I think you're right. I mean, there's
it's sad what they've allowed to happen to that franchise.
I was going to say, I mean, I'm a Colts fan, but I've always said if the Colts aren't playing the Titans, I'm rooting for the Titans. You know, I live in this state and everything else, but I've quit thinking about them like weeks and weeks ago.
Yeah.
And it's because they're irrelevant at this point. It's sad.
Did you all happen to read the article about, I keep seeing it on social, I haven't read it yet, on social media about Vrabel and the bad blood.
Yeah, it was just, there was an unconfirmed report last week that the Titans were not going to do business in the trade deadline market with the Patriots. And somebody asked Vrabel at one of his press conferences, is there any truth to this, or what, like, do you have bad blood with Amy Adams Strunk? And he was curt, but like, he was just like, I haven't talked to her since she fired me. So there's really no point in talking about me and her.
Yeah.
So he wasn't like being,
he seems to have turned the page quite well.
Yeah. Like I think, well, and that's why he's successful and she's not.
Yeah.
Because she probably is obsessing about it. I don't want to do a business. He hurt my team, blah, blah, blah. And like, he's like, whatever. I'm the coach of the Patriots now. We're going forward.
What are they now? 7-2 or 8-2?
They're good, man. They're good.
He got them turned around quick. He got a really good quarterback.
That helps. Well, you got to get your QB right. 865-966-3435, your phone number. You want to get on the show this afternoon, 966-3435, setting up a big third and final hour. We'll see if we can nail the dismount for you here. Is Jermod McCoy apparently doing some team drills this week and practice a little bit. Will we see him, or will this just be a thing we talk about for weeks and weeks and nothing ever actually comes of it? Tennessee basketball tonight at the arena. North Florida is in town. Vols Ospreys, 7 p.m. tip-off in Thompson-Boling Assembly Center and Arena. I'm sure we'll have Bob's full report on that. You'll be diligently taking notes, I assume.
Tonight, yeah. No. I got to probably be figuring out what I'm going to eat there tonight, because got to go straight to there from here.
You got Riverside Club access yet?
I do.
All right. There you go. Go down there and get you some brisket and mac and cheese.
We'll see. I don't know if I'm willing.
Danny only charged you about $35 for that.
Say $17 or something for a bowl of mac and cheese. I don't know, but
we'll yourself a $17 beer.
I will.
They got a full bar down there too. I mean, I shudder to think about what they might charge for a Jack and Coke.
Yeah, probably a lot.
$25. Let's get Roberto in here. Roberto, you're on the drive. It's Fan Run Radio.
Hey guys, the Ospreys, are they the worst Division I team to ever step foot on our court in Kim Palm? Serious question.
I haven't even looked. Where are they?
They're like 129 in defense and 131 in offense or something. Like their composite is they are the last ranked team in Division I believe.
Yeah, for D1 teams, I mean, I'm struggle to go back through the annals, as the late great Paisan would say, but let's see, Mississippi Valley State, Coppin State, some pretty,
that Coppin State, they were bad. Of course, that's the team that beat Ole Miss, right? Back in the day.
Yeah,
they beat Ole Miss.
No, they beat South Carolina.
South Carolina. It was Valparaiso
Melvin Watson and B.J. Mackey.
Remember their coach's name?
From Coppin?
Yeah.
Bob's always got to one-up us with his...
No, I'm just asking.
Oh, who
I had dinner with him last Thursday.
No, I didn't.
My ass, Bob.
He might not be alive anymore, so no. Fang Mitchell.
Fang?
Yeah.
The coach was Fang?
That was his nickname. I don't know what his real name was, but yeah, Fang Mitchell.
How the hell do you get a nickname like
He had a snaggletooth. He looked like Jewel.
Yeah.
Whoa, easy now.
Well, she was a total hottie. She had a snaggletooth, though. There's no doubt about it. Stuck out.
Fixed.
Kinda.
It's like I see all these people online making fun of who's the girl with the ginormous cans.
Sydney Sweeney.
Yeah, they say like she's a butterface or whatever, and I'm like what are you talking about? Like, why are we
butterface?
They're like, the Mona Lisa's got a little nick on the side of the frame there. It's like, what are we doing online, people? Come on.
That movie she's in bombed. Whatever it was, her new movie that just came out.
She plays the boxer.
The boxing movie.
Christy Martin.
Doesn't even look like her.
Is that a real person?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a biopic.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like her, you said, Barrett. That may again prove our theory. I mean, like, she's not ugly. I have a kind of a statement about our boy Merklinger. First of all, I want you to know I like him. And I thought he was a nice pickup for us when I felt like we weren't really going to get a quarterback in that class. Full stop. Also, he's making $50,000 a month. I'm sure he can go cry in his Benjamins. He'll be fine.
Make
He
one of
has
those
no
videos
business.
like Calzada did. Get your money straight, Garrett. Come on, Garrett. Get your money right.
There is absolutely no reason he should ever step on a field at the University of Tennessee again.
Whoa.
He's bad. Y'all, he's bad. And George is hopefully the future.
Yeah.
And he has very few snaps this year. I mean, Merklinger's played 3 times as many, I believe. That's true. You've got to get George on the field. If you can. I'm not even saying you can't. Right now, who's on the God's honest? Joey has the flu this week. Who's our starter?
Yeah, I don't know, man.
It's George McIntyre. If he has this, if we have the flu, if he has the flu against Florida or Vanderbilt, who's your starter? It's George McIntyre.
Yeah, it'd be Merklinger. I guarantee you.
It will not be. As
well,
our
I'm not
friend,
argue
as our
because
friend,
we may not ever know, but there aren't. You really think you're going to throw out that beanpole freshman out there at Florida Field? You
I
really
think Matt
so?
Dixon said it best. Matt Dixon said, "I think Merklinger's your backup quarterback, no matter who's the starter." I tend to, and he said that in week 3, and I tend to agree with it. Merklinger's just not any good, y'all, and he's getting paid over $500,000 to play football, or really just not play football.
Did you just cut him off?
No.
Sorry, Roberto. Thanks for the phone call. 865-966-3435, your phone number if you want to get on the show. Setting up a big third and final hour with the top 5 at 5. Coming up next, right after this on Fan Run Radio.
The Drive. The voluntary reaction.
This football season, tune into Big Orange Country's post-game radio free-for-all, The Voluntary Reaction, presented by the Griffin Law Firm. We'll be live on the Fan Run Radio app as soon as every UT game is over, taking your calls and breaking down the game to levels that can only be described as beyond scientific. So tune in and drink with us from the keg of glory, or drown in the pool of despair. The Voluntary Reaction on Fan Run Radio.
The Voluntary Reaction. Raw, unfiltered, real.
Hey, this is Bo Kregner with the Kregner Group at Realty Executives. Football season's heating up, and so is Knoxville's housing market. Whether you're ready to list before the holidays or you're scouting for that next dream home, our team is here to coach you through every down. Don't fumble your next move. Call 865-742-1035 or visit bonoshouses.com. The Kregner Group, walking by faith, serving others.
For over 3 years, Crumble Cookies has served the Knoxville area.
AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville, and W289CU Knoxville. Fan Run Radio.
The following radio theater is brought to you by Men's Pro Knoxville.
Hey, Dad, you want to play football?
No, buddy.
All right.
Pops, want to work out?
Maybe later.
Hey, kids are in bed. What you up to?
Tomorrow?
You've got one life, and it's too short for not nows, maybe laters, and tomorrows. If you have ED and performance issues, your family, friends, and even your career has already been affected. Book your discreet evaluation at Men's Pro Knoxville and turn your tomorrows into
today.
Yes! Touchdown!
Come on, one more, Dad.
Today!
Push, Dad. One more. Come on, push.
Hey, kids are in bed. What you up to?
Tonight.
Call 865-544-8220 or book now in under 30 seconds at menspronknoxville.com. Men's Pro Knoxville, for every man in every season of life.
It's time for The Drive's Top 5 at 5.
Quitting time on your Wednesday, 5 o'clock here on Fan Run Radio. In time for the Top 5 at 5. It's brought to you this afternoon by Knoxville Smiles. Walker Smith, what do you got?
Hold on real quick. Let me just pull it up. All right.
I got nothing but time, brother.
You and me both. At number 1, Josh Heupel gave an update on cornerback Jermod McCoy during his SEC teleconference today. He said that while he's done everything right in his rehab, he does not have an expectation for McCoy to play this Saturday yet. Since New Mexico State is not a conference game, we will not get an injury report until right before the game, if even at all.
Love the transparency.
I mean, it wasn't an outright no.
Walker did listen between the lines and pick up something.
Like he said, the way he phrased it is like, I do not have any expectation for Jermod McCoy to play yet. Whereas throughout the whole season, he's been like, yeah, he's not ready to come back yet. He's not we don't know yet. So it's gone from completely no to Heupel either just not telling us or him not having a quote expectation yet.
And we won't get a injury report this week because it's not an SEC game.
No, sir. Which I hate. There should just be an injury report every week.
Yeah, that's
so dumb.
That's my point. Was like, so let's wait till right before game time. Now, if that's to unveil Jermod McCoy for a series or something, then it'd be worth it. But something tells me that won't be the case.
It'll be big news in pregame warmups if he's dressed out.
True.
Yeah, but at this point, it's like, you know, we'll always have the Alabama game last year. Wish you the best of luck. But I don't want him to do anything that might jeopardize his future.
I don't either, but if he can help us prevent Vanderbilt from coming in here and winning, that's all it is, right? I mean, it's not about winning these games. It's about not losing to Florida. It's about not losing to Vandy.
Yeah.
Not about winning. That's not a healthy – that's probably an indication that you probably are going to lose one.
We hate that.
It's not 2.
Definitely not 3. Definitely not 3. We are going to win a game.
I would hope so.
You got to think positively. We're not going to win a game the rest of the year.
We are winning at least one.
We will win at least one game.
All right, we'll put the poll in the field. What is our record going to be these last 3 games?
I like it. At number 2, Tennessee basketball takes the court tonight for its 3rd regular season game. The Vols are taking on the University of North Florida, the same school that Rick Barnes got Chaz Lanier from a year ago. Tip-off is at 7 p.m. at Thompson Bowling Arena.
Vols are a 41.5-point favorite.
That's the biggest basketball spread I might have ever seen in my life.
It's kind of tempting.
41.5.
They're a 40.5-point favorite against New Mexico State.
Yeah,
they're favored more in basketball.
I'm saying for North Florida.
That's on. They must be really bad.
Sheesh. I wonder if Chaz, the Pistons play tonight, so he couldn't be there. But I was watching last night that Kentucky-Louisville game. Donovan Mitchell was there on the floor.
Yeah,
was he? They only showed him 100 times.
36 times, I know. And him, coaching up.
Notice.
Him talking to some of the players. Yeah, but I bet you Chaz would be here tonight if the Pistons were off.
Probably. Would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
I'm sure he'll be back later this year. He's been playing well with the Pistons, though. He's been getting some good minutes. It's good to see. At number 3, the NCAA has placed Michigan State football on 3 years of probation for violations that occurred during Mel Tucker's tenure as coach. The violations occurred due to participation of 3 ineligible players. Now the Spartans will vacate all 14 wins from the past 3 seasons, a school spokesperson confirmed. That includes all 5 wins last season during Jonathan Smith's first year as coach. The 3 players are no longer with the program, the spokesman said. Michigan State will also be penalized $30,000 plus 1.5% of the football program's budget.
So, to recap, when Philip Fulmer pushed John Currie in front of the oncoming train in 2017 to claim the AD job for himself here, he embarked on a coaching search that lasted about a week and interviewed 3 people for the job.
Oh, boy.
Kevin Steele, who stole $1 million from the university, and I believe has not
they
coached.
gave it to him, no.
He hasn't coached since. Or no, was he at Alabama for a minute with Saban?
He might have been. I mean, this is a coach that had a complete mental breakdown in a game.
You interviewed that guy. He interviewed Mel Tucker, who had a torrid off-the-field affair and has gotten
sexually harassing
and has gotten games taken away now.
Yes.
And Jeremy Pruitt. Those were the 3 people.
And he picked Pruitt.
I mean, they're all losers. I mean, like, you could.
I mean, honestly, Pruitt was probably the lesser of the 3 evils there.
This is I don't even want to have that conversation. That's pathetic.
I mean, he's the guy just
pathetic.
He didn't know what asparagus was, but
it just blows my mind that, like, that's the best Fulmer could. And I like Coach Fulmer, man. But it's like, God, I mean, I can't imagine. I mean, at least Curry was talking to Mike Leach.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
good grief.
Not the best judge of character in those interviews. We ended up with
Fulmer. I'd love to know what I would love to have been a fly on the wall for Pruitt's interview.
Oh, God.
It's like, dude, just coach the team yourself. Just, like, find an interim for a year and run it back. Like, those are the 3. I mean,
yeah, like the Barry Alvarez thing. He did that at Wisconsin.
Yeah. He did that more than once.
Yeah.
Barry get paid, just come and take over.
At number 4, Jacksonville Jaguars head coach Liam Cohen said it's, quote, too early to start wondering about Travis Hunter's future as a 2-way player. The rookie receiver / cornerback had surgery Tuesday to repair the lateral collateral ligament in his right knee. Discussion over his future position or positions will happen in the offseason. You never thought it would work?
No.
I was hopeful.
And I thought that it would be more DB than wide receiver, and it feels like they're going the opposite direction.
Yeah, they've gone well more wide receiver snaps.
But I think at a certain point, you just have to come to the grips with the fact that this was always a novelty act, and you can't do that in the NFL, man. This is not Shohei Ohtani. This is not Colorado. This is the National Football League, and specialization is the name of the game.
Yeah, Shohei just ruined our expectations for
Am I
two-way
wrong,
players
Bob?
across all sports.
No, he, although I guess it was the game before he got hurt. I mean, he balled out on offense.
He was playing well.
He had like 130 yards receiving.
Yeah, but I mean, the NFL is. I mean, you can't compare Ohtani. I mean, it's 2 different sports.
Well, no, I'm saying that he could have been capable. I'm not saying he could play both ways. I'm saying that the migration to be an offensive player looked like something that could work.
Yeah,
was my point.
My whole point from the beginning with this whole deal is the NFL is way too violent to be on the field for that long. You're just going to end up staying hurt. Doubles your time out there, doubles your chances.
And at number 5, tourism officials in a small South African town are asking for tips about the disappearance of a beloved local landmark, a mannequin swimming in the dam just outside the town. New Bethesda Tourism said on social media that the swimsuit-clad mannequin, known as Beverly, vanished from her usual spot in the water of a farm dam on the road. Rhino Grief, a local sculptor and artist, placed Beverly in the dam about 2 years ago after he was inspired by a Facebook joke about skinny dipping in a small dam. Quote, Beverly isn't just any mannequin. She's been a quirky, much-loved part of our little town's charm, the post said. Grief said he suspects it would have taken multiple people to move Beverly due to the heft of her concrete base.
Who would do such a thing?
Savages.
You guys remember that movie Mannequin in the 80s?
Yes.
Yeah.
With what was that actor's name?
McCarthy.
Andrew McCarthy.
Yep. Kim Cattrall.
Kim Cattrall,
yeah.
Horrible movie, as I recall.
It's terrible.
Wasn't the Jefferson Starship song attached to that? Nothing's gonna stop us.
Has there
now.
been any other band that went from like being one of the hippest bands on the planet to the schlock?
Oh, Jane was a banger.
Okay, here's one. No way Walker's going to remember this. He shouldn't. I had this discussion with somebody this past weekend. Do you remember Elvin Bishop, the music?
Yeah, Fooled Around and Fell in Love.
Fooled Around and Fell in Love.
Oh, great tune.
Everybody, myself included, till about a year ago, thought that Elvin Bishop was the vocalist. The vocalist was actually Mickey Thomas for Fooled Around and Fell in Love. Mickey Thomas from Starship.
Oh.
Which he was a great lead vocalist.
Mickey Thomas.
Great nugget.
I had no idea till like a year ago.
I mean, it's no Fang Mitchell, but that's a pretty strong contribution, Bob.
Not bad. Doing my best.
Yes, that is the Top 5 at 5, brought to you this afternoon by Knoxville Smiles. It's where I go for all my dental work. It's where you should go too. They're going to take great care of you and your smile at Knoxville Smiles. If it's been a while since you've had a dental cleaning, now's the perfect time to set up your appointment, because now through the end of the year, they're doing half price whitening procedures at Knoxville Smiles. So you got to hurry up and book that appointment now while you can still get it in and take advantage of those great savings. I've got an appointment, my cleaning next week. So if you see me, say hello. I might say, because, I have the stuff in my mouth while they're cleaning it. Because unlike Fang Mitchell, I have my full set of teeth.
That's good.
Yes.
That's good. I like it.
It all comes full circle. Smile brighter with Knoxville Smiles. Jamie is next. What's up, Jamie?
What's up?
Yes, sir. What's going on?
Glad you're feeling better. You sound better. How you feeling?
Get there, man. Had one almost gagged at the end of the second segment, the first hour. I'm sure people will go back and listen to that and with a chuckle. But other than that, I've been making it through.
Okay. Yeah, a few hiccups here and there. We're good. Berto was talking about some of the worst teams that come through. It brought a question in my mind that I've always wondered. Maybe you guys can answer it, Bob. I'm probably expecting your encyclopedia brain to hit me with this one. We play schools, right? We play other schools, big schools, small schools. Who is Marathon Oil?
That used to be, it was just like a
pickup team.
Yeah,
right?
It was like a traveling exhibition team. There used to be Athletes in Action. That was another team that you would play.
That's right. I remember that.
Yeah. But, and I don't know, I don't think, do the games even count? I thought they were
those exhibition games.
Yeah, that's what I thought. And
Marathon Oil would tour the country and play everyone.
And they would get these guys who, frankly, were just probably right out of college that had no ability to move to the next level, and they might get paid a little bit of money to go travel around and play ball.
Like the Washington Generals?
A little bit.
By the way, does the whole conversation about worst D1 team to play in Thompson Bowling Arena, I mean, Wade Houston's 5-22 team has to be in that conversation, right?
Oh, touche.
Yeah, they were pretty bad, weren't they?
Cortez Barnes, where have you gone?
I was going to say, if I know Russ like I think I do, he'll rattle off the starting five. Was Damon Jones in there somewhere?
Well, Damon Johnson, we came the next year. He was a JUCO transfer with Kevin O'Neill. But that 5-22 team, of course, featured Ed Gray, who was a really good player, played in the NBA for a couple of years. Cortez Barnes, Chris Brand was on that team. Shun Sheffield, Kevin Whitted.
Wow.
I came into town for that first Kevin O'Neill team. Good God. Man.
They were pretty bad.
They were bad. I mean, and they'd win some games, but it was
they were better than the 5-22 team.
But so painful to watch, man. God, it was horrible. It's horrible.
I went over there with a buddy of mine, and there was probably about 40 of us in the arena, and I had made my orange and white shaker into a voodoo doll, and Kevin Whitted saw it and was mesmerized and couldn't figure out how I'd done it. And I showed him. I said, "You just rip a tassel off and tie off an arm, and rip another tassel off and tie off the legs, and here you go." And he was like, "Yeah, I just don't get it, man." And I was like, well, "All right, that doesn't shock me." Guys, I think it was funny listening to the guest before the top of the hour, and they was talking about, Vanderbilt's not the Vanderbilt of old. They're going to be able to compete with the new NIL. And isn't it just Tennessee that they're going to be our permanent opponent?
The three permanent opponents are Tennessee, Vandy, Alabama, and Kentucky.
Yeah.
Yeah. And here we are thinking we got we fleeced the league and we're going to end up playing a team. Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm interested to see how they look next year without their 28-year-old vet quarterback.
I'm like you, Bear, but with this NIL and portal crap, I mean, they could bring in, they could throw some Benjamins down at somebody, like the dude in Indiana. Or, somebody who's out slinging it around right now could be the next Vanderbilt quarterback.
Yeah. I mean, they could. I'll be surprised. They had their dough that, I'm surprised that they've done what they've done since the last, since Franklin left. It seemed like they had their fill of doing what it took to be competitive in big-time college football, which is bring in some guys that may not necessarily be the best citizens. Granted, I don't think they thought that, 2 or 3 of them were going to commit aggravated capital rape on campus, but I don't know. We'll see.
By the way, glaring omission on my part as I was rattling off names from the 5-22 team.
Mm-hmm. Allen Houston.
No, he wasn't on that team. It was the first year he's out, but our boy Steve Hamer, was on that team. One of the few bright spots, Steve Hamer.
Right, exactly.
LaMarcus Golden.
I like LaMarcus.
Yep.
Who else is on that team?
That's all I got.
I wonder if LaMarcus Golden is related to Tad.
I don't know. Was Rivers and Carlos on that team?
No, they were gone. They were
gone. Long gone.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I was one of those people that always thought that I would love to have seen what Kevin O'Neill could have done here with the recruits he was able to sign and propped up. What was that coach that came in? Was it Jerry Green?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness! And that guy, talk about being born on third and thought you hit a triple. He came into a plate full of top talent. Isaiah Victor,
420s, baby,
420s, and
one Sweet 16 to show for it.
Right? Yeah. Well, y'all brought up the Mel Tucker. You stole my thunder. That was that just showed, as good as Fulmer was, when he won the title, he was just an absolute moron when it came to anything else.
So we're working like heck.
Yeah, just
terrible.
What an idiot! What an idiot!
Oh.
But guys, I think what happened last Saturday up on Grocery Store Field really turned the heat up on what's going to happen next Saturday. He absolutely, yeah. Oh, I'm not going to be the only one. You better not lose to Florida next week, man. You better not. Not this sorry Florida team.
How many times have we said that, man? Go ahead and get your brain wrapped around it, Jamie. We ain't beating Florida in Gainesville. It's not happening.
Yeah.
Go Gator.
Bear, here's the thing, though. Of all the, since 2003, since our last win down there, we've never played a Florida team who's got blown out by 31 points to Kentucky, ever.
Yeah, but we've gotten beat by some Florida teams that have gotten beaten by Kentucky.
Yeah, but not as bad a team and by as much. So
what's the record going to be the last 3 games?
3-0.
You just said we're not beating Florida.
2-1.
Oh, my goodness. Man, what? I don't want to be. I want to go 3-0 so bad. I'm tired of watching it all burn down. Like somebody was saying earlier in the week about how volunteer reaction is always more fun when we're sucking, but man, I can live with some boring volunteer reactions. I'm sick and tired. I'm ready to be good again. And man, he had better just win these games, man. We're more talented than all three teams. I mean, I'm not worried about New Mexico. I'm just you cannot look. You can't go 3-3 at home with your only wins being over, directional schools. It's just, I just can't see it, man. You can't finish the year without a win over. Yeah. But that's all I really had today. I was just, I hadn't talked to y'all in a while. I wanted to jump in, but man, earlier in the week, my call was going to be, if he don't beat Florida, they should tarmac him. But I've softened a little bit. But
I've said you're softening in your old
tarmac.
age. Thank
right,
you.
Exactly.
Wait,
tarmac. Y'all ain't get there.
Thank you, Jamie.
Yeah, I mean, we've said Jamie's another example. He had softened too. I mean, I think a lot of people have. That's what the bye week did for us.
Yeah,
but
we settled down a little.
But we go 1-2.
Be a long offseason.
The goodwill train will
you lose to
come
Vanderbilt
a
at home, and all bets are off. There's going to be a lot of heat.
7-5, trip to the Duke's Mayo Bowl or something like that, Music
City or Liberty Bowl.
Liberty Bowl's
and then like you will be well. I mean, it's just going to be
go play Minnesota in the Liberty Bowl.
Does your recruiting class stay together? What kind of sway do you have in the portal? Do good players that you have on your roster that you want to keep jump ship? And, hot seat is up. It's in the eye of the beholder. I would say he's on the hot seat going into next year.
At 7-5?
Yeah,
probably.
I mean, like
warm.
It's what college football has become.
Mm-hmm.
And these things just turn on a dime, and you can see it coming now. If you finish 7-5 and everybody goes through I can't even imagine. It's going to be such a bad taste in your mouth all early next year. And then you go out there, you lose to Georgia Tech in Atlanta, lose to whoever, you've got a really hard schedule. You lose a couple of games and you're 2-4 there in October. And people are going to be calling for a change. I've seen it before.
If 7-5 happens, because this is what I talked about during the summer, I always felt the space between our ceiling and our floor was very small because, again, I think I said it last week. I had to go back and think about it. As disappointed as I was, I kind of expected 9-3 to be the season we were going to have. But I also felt like we wouldn't do worse than 8-4. And I think a lot of people felt that way. Man, you go 7-5, that changes everything. I really believe that. That is underperforming, and I don't care what curveballs you were thrown. That's underperforming.
Yeah, you're going to be under a lot of pressure to deliver big wins next season. Otherwise, it's going to get ugly.
Yeah.
And you could say, "Oh, you're being alarmist. It's just negative sports radio." It's like I'm telling you, man.
No,
that's somebody who's been here for the whole time. Like I've seen it happen before, and this year has been another sea change in the way we administer this sport, where guys that you thought were safe turned out not to be safe, and it can change in a hurry.
All of that to say, I still stand by what I was saying yesterday. I think they're going to win at Florida.
Yeah.
I do believe that. And if they win out and then they go and win, they'll go to some decent bowl game in relative terms.
Probably.
And play somebody that's decent. And if they beat them and they finish 10-3, then that, again, this is very, very fragile, right?
Fluid,
man.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that would cool the seat all the way off. I mean, the other thing is you just have to keep in mind is basically we lost three first-round draft picks and two of our better defensive tackles we've had here in a long time. So missing 5 guys off last year's defense.
Yeah, but you know what?
That's never Georgia's excuse, right?
You have to keep that in mind. Not really.
Yeah.
You don't think that Penn State and LSU had their own little situations that we probably don't know about?
I just think that we always believe that we want to be in that same pecking order as some of these other schools. I just mentioned Georgia. Georgia goes through this every single year, man. They do. And here they are, top 5 team again.
Yeah, they're living. I'll tell you, Georgia's living dangerously right now.
Well, and again, like I think the injuries when you're 9-3, 8-4, you can say, oh man, if we had McCoy, when you're 7-5,
yeah,
you just kind of suck. You just had a bad year. Hey, quick timeout. The drive continues. More of your phone calls coming up.
The Drive. Streaming worldwide at fanrunradio.com and on the free Fan Run app. This is Big Orange Country's sports talk radio superstation. Fan Run Radio. Knoxville.
What kind of day is it? It's a White Claw day. Light and refreshing tasting, uniquely cold way filtered. There's an iconic flavor for everyone. Come on, grab a pack. White Claw. Grab life by the claw. Please drink responsibly. Hard seltzer with flavor. White Claw Seltzer Works, Chicago, Illinois.
What if I told you you could pay off your home in an average of 7 years without making more money or spending a dime less? Simply by changing how your mortgage is structured. Sounds impossible? Let me show you how it works. I'm Chris Burleson with University Lending Group, helping families across the U.S. save thousands in interest and own their home years sooner. Don't believe me? Give me a call at 865-388-7634 or visit smartloantn.com to learn more. NMLS number 332941.
Vol fans, reimagine your home at Broadway Carpets and Flooring for any remodeling or building needs. With a variety of carpets, rugs, hardwood, vinyl, and stone, Broadway has all the flooring and installation options you're looking for, including pet-resistant products like Pet Perfect Carpet from Shaw Floors. Visit their showroom in downtown Knoxville or the location in West Knoxville located on Kingston Pike near Pellissippi Parkway today.
Are you a federal employee facing workplace challenges like suspension or removal? Are you concerned about your security clearance with any federal agency? You know the Griffin Law Firm is your trusted ally in military legal matters. But did you know they also specialize in civilian federal employment law? If you're a federal employee facing workplace challenges like suspension or removal, if you're concerned about your security clearance with any federal agency, the DOE, FBI, FCC, or DOD, you might not know it, but you do have legal recourse. The Griffin Law Firm specializes in federal employment law, military law, and security defense law. VFL Marshall Griffin and his experienced team are ready to make your problem their problem, no matter which federal agency you work for. Don't face federal employment issues alone. Remember, remain silent, request counsel, call Griffin Law, 888-707-4282, online at griffinlawdefense.com.
Welcome to Axle Logistics, where excellence isn't just a goal, it's an energy. As a leading third-party logistics company, Axle is powered by an award-winning culture built on a work hard, play hard mentality. Here, the drive for success is contagious and hard work never goes unnoticed. Whether you're just starting out or looking to level up, Axle Logistics is the place to launch your career. Join us and take your ambition to the stars. To learn more, visit axlelogistics.com.
Got a flat tire? Strange noise under the hood? Don't stress. Roll into Matlock Tire and Auto Service. From oil changes and brake repairs to brand new tires, Matlock's certified techs do it all. Fast, friendly, and fair priced, Matlock is the home of the price match guarantee. Bring in any competitor's ad and Matlock will match the exact same tire for the exact same price. Matlock Tire and Auto Service. 5 locations in East Tennessee. Visit matlocktireservice.com to find the location nearest you and schedule your appointment.
Yes.
Remember his buddy?
Yeah.
He's from Saugatuck.
They at it again?
They're back. Did you guys watch the Indiana Penn State game?
Oh, yes.
Gus Johnson at the end.
They're still peeling his body off the press box floor up there. After
Hold on. I'm going to redneck radio this for you in case you didn't hear it. So,
please,
Indiana, improbable late comeback at Penn State, down 24-20. They score a touchdown the last minute of the game. And here is Gus Johnson losing his mind.
Unbelievable. He finished it by saying, give Mendoza the highs.
Give it to him.
He's
He's
just
been
like
saying it the whole drive.
Yeah, he's losing his mind, man.
I love it.
I love Gus.
I love
honestly.
Gus.
I love Gus. I do wonder if it's a little bit much sometime. And I apologize. I do not know these guys' names. They're hysterical. I would listen to the show if I lived in Detroit every day. This is on 97.1 The Ticket. This is the Butch Jones's ass guy, and he's from Saugatuck. They're the same guys.
Give Gus Johnson a cup of tea or something before he makes these calls. Can we say that a network executive needs to sit him down and go, here's the deal, you putz. You're not the storyline. The game is. That was such a fake response. He didn't lose his damn voice. He faked it. He's fake. His whole existence is fake. He sits here acting like, oh, U of D. Man, ain't nobody seen you at U of D Jesuit. Shut up, you. Guy's nothing but a charlatan. What a fake-ass call. He ruins everything he touches. He lost his voice. No, he didn't. He's a fake. Well, no, I think he did because every play on that drive was, oh my God! Because he's fake. They aren't all that great of a play. Right. So now, when the moment is the moment, you've cried wolf so many times, none of us can be bothered. He ruined the moment. He ruins everything. What? Somebody else say something. There's not much for me to say. You said it all. I don't dislike him. I hate him. He ruins everything. He has jumped so many sharks that it's SeaWorld. It's ridiculous. He's not even who he is anymore. There was a time he was a rising star, and now he is just he's a buffoon. He is a clown. Sounded like a cat who got hit by a bus. It was such a moment, man. Can you imagine a Brent Musburger or a Keith Jackson or a Brad Nessler? Imagine what that moment could have been. And
Sounds like Bear would be like, those are my type of guys.
Yeah.
I was getting ready to say it. Sounds like
Motor goes hard, doesn't it? Ugh.
He's a clown.
That's how you deliver a hot take, Walker Smith. I hope you were taking notes.
I definitely took some notes. That's just.
You haven't written anything down over here.
I love Gus Johnson. Like, I feel like that's just
Gus
a bad
Johnson.
take.
It is a little much.
Like
I agree 100% with those guys. Gus Johnson's a fraud.
But the moment that he called Gus Johnson a charlatan, that's when I thought of you, Bear. That'd be
he's a complete. I agree with the guy 100%. Gus Johnson is a charlatan.
No.
It was fake as hell. He didn't lose his damn voice.
Yes, he did.
I think he's playing into his reputation a lot these days.
Yeah.
Because he's got the reputation of being crazy Gus Johnson, and so like he knows it's expected of him, and you could tell he felt. Oh, he's like, oh, here's my moment. Here's my moment. Let's be crazy. Let's get.
We had last summer we had Joey Molinaro on the show. You know, the impressionist, and he does a fantastic Gus Johnson.
Oh wow.
And he has a bit where it's Gus Johnson ordering at the McDonald's drive-through. It is fantastic.
I'd like to
give me that McRib.
The Big Mac.
Yeah, with some golden fries.
Gus Johnson.
He's what?
It's
energetic.
Pitiful.
He's not as good as the Detroit guy, is he?
No.
Well, I mean, he's already said everything. He's a charlatan. I mean, he's a complete phony and fake. I agree with him. He goes over the top to make it sound more exciting, and he cheapens the ultimate moment of it. And I'd like to have one, if not two, of those guys on our show to talk to him about it. Wonder if they have any idea there's these idiots down here in Tennessee that play their voice, their clips.
They have no idea.
No clue.
Let's get Chris in here next. Chris, you're on the drive. It's Fan Run Radio.
Kevin O'Neill, good grief, that brings back bad memories.
You like that trip down, like that segment probably really resonated with the under 40 crowd in our audience.
Well,
like, what the hell are these?
I'm
guys
almost
talking
50, so yeah, that brings back bad memories. Kevin O'Neill dropped more F-bombs a game than his team scored points.
Yeah, a buddy of mine that does camera work for ESPN told me one time he was at a practice because he was going to be shooting the game, and it was a Kevin O'Neill practice up at Rupp, I think. And he said that anything we've heard before was nothing compared to what went on in that practice. He was like, it, you know.
I don't know. I saw him at church every morning. 6 a.m. mass over there, Sacred Heart.
The
Well, you're Catholic. You can do anything and go to the priest and confess.
I
and it's
feel
all
like
good.
that's kind of not okay what you're saying there.
You ever go in that box, the confessional?
Yeah.
That's really?
Yeah.
Are you honest in there?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Tell them everything, every naughty thought you've had.
I mean, you kind of generalize. I've had impure thoughts. You don't go into detail about what those impure thoughts might be.
Obviously, you don't tell the whole truth in confessional.
You're not. Are you really confessing?
Well, yeah, you're confessing you've had impure thoughts. You're not going in there and listing off. Got 8 Playboys and 2 Penthouse magazines. Purchased last
Catholic
month.
faith has always been like fascinating to me, but that would
Father,
be a deal
I
breaker.
murdered somebody. We'll say 3 Hail Marys. You're okay.
That's
Bear goes in
completely
there,
inaccurate.
Does the session, and when he leaves, the priest just shakes his head and goes, "What a charlatan!"
Charlatan.
And Kim Cattrall, good grief. I thought her name was Lassie.
That's from Porky's. That is
Walker Print.
Wow.
Great movie for those who've never seen it. Nice 80s rewind. But as far as the game this weekend, I hate these games, especially this late in the season. These games need to be game 1 or 2 to get everybody excited. Not when the season's almost over.
I don't think there's any point in playing these games, period.
It is the football equivalent of playing, Northern Florida on a Wednesday night in November.
I mean, play a Southern Miss, Central Florida, a team with the least of pulse.
I'm with you,
to
man.
Make it somewhat interesting.
I'm with you.
It's just horrible.
You only get 12 of these a year, Chris, and you shouldn't be wasting them.
You guys were talking about TV shows. I can't remember if it was yesterday or Monday, but All Her Fault, a new TV show on Peacock, is excellent.
Yeah, I saw a promo for that.
The main lady in it is the redhead from Succession, Siobhan.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
If you have not watched Succession on HBO Max, it's probably the best multi-season show that's come out in the last 4 or 5 years.
Russ, you just watched it this year, didn't you?
Yeah. Great show.
I thought it was great.
Brilliant.
Excellent.
It's amazing. It's an amazing show.
So Sarah Snook is back, huh?
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, that's her real name, yes. And the main guy in it was in The Office like the last 2 seasons, and he's been in many things you recognize. I think his name's Jake Lacey, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, he was in one of the seasons of White Lotus too.
Yeah, he's been in a bunch of things. And the Hispanic cop's been in a million things also. I don't know his name, but great show.
I'd have to give it a try. Thanks for the recommendation, Chris. Anything else?
Yeah, and as far as, you're talking about Geraldo and Stevie, picture yourself, you're Andy Dufresne. These 2 guys, you find out these are your 2 new cellmates. The rope that he got from Haywood to put around his leg, he would have used it for what Red thought he used it for when he was sitting in his cell all night, saying it's the longest night of his life.
That was dark. Chris.
That's rough. That's rough.
I like the effort put into the analogy there, though. I'm always up for a good Shawshank reference.
I mean, I'll talk Shawshank all day, but that was a little dark.
Wow.
Bear Shawshank on your list or no?
No, that's an unbelievable movie. The the novella was incredible. The movie was excellent as well.
Magic Mike wants to know more about Bear in the Confessional.
Nah.
Bob,
unless everybody wants to.
Everybody
wants
to
share.
I went to Catholic, parochial school.
When did they start sending you into the confessional booth?
Oh, I don't know, 6th, 7th grade.
Yeah, it was right around confirmation time, right?
That would be first couple times kind of tough. You get used to it like anything else, but the first time you're like, I don't know.
Give me Father for I've sinned.
Yeah, I had total faith and trust. I let it rip.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, they can't.
What's the worst thing you ever confessed in there?
No, not on air. We're not going to talk about that.
We're not going to break the holy seal.
Yeah,
the confessional is awesome, man. Like that, every religion should have that.
I've never been in one.
Neither have I. I don't know that I would be.
I don't know if I would want. I don't know if I want to go in one.
I might play the edited mix.
I just always treat it like kind of like attorney-client privilege or patient-client privilege.
If you tell them that you killed somebody, well,
I don't know. That I don't know. I've never killed someone, so
They still can't break the seal.
They can't. You can go in there and be like, Father, bless me for I've sinned. I walked into a post office today and gunned down 3 people and a small child. And they'd be like,
just had a rough day. That's all.
It was a
They
bad
really
day.
got away from me.
This guy cut me off in traffic. What do you want me to do?
They can't repeat what was said in the confessional. They can be they'll be excommunicated, defrocked, excommunicated, cast out. Just the rules.
Feels like there's a problem with
Yeah,
that.
but if somebody comes in there and says like, hey, I've been doing this terrible thing.
Well, they aren't going to just be like, say 4 Hail Marys and 5 Our Fathers and you'll be forgiven.
If somebody says like, I'm part of an ongoing criminal act.
I think there are some different.
I think that would become more of a conversation.
More of a conversation.
I'm sitting there racking my brain. It's been a minute. I'm trying to remember like exactly how because the rules are incredibly strict.
I mean, my point in that is I don't know if the priest would then just say, give you a couple novenas and all this other stuff, but instead when I say more of a conversation, it might be a little more of an exchange at that point. Can't be like a session, you know, because sometimes there's lines outside of people waiting to go in.
I've got a great idea.
What's up?
The fan run confessional booth.
Huh. No.
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 Think anything more
Now,
sacrilegious?
I'll sit in there. Complete confidentiality.
Yeah. No.
You can tell me anything.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
That would go over well.
Yeah.
Hey, man, I'm not in the fan run sewing circle. I've been known to keep a secret or two. I might have a couple right now.
You have your little microphone in there with you?
I mean, it would have to be recorded. This would be great content.
It's great.
Yeah.
They don't have to say
I'll
their
tell you
names.
what, you do it and have your other non-Catholic buddy over here go first. Walker can be first man up.
Walker, would you like to unburden yourself?
Sure, we can have a little Smith confessional. Why
I
not?
don't know if I want to know what goes. Like Walker is he's a young man. I bet there's a darkness there underneath the clean exterior.
You know, let him say that, Walker.
Somebody was talking about? Oh, McClure was talking about. He always there's a darkness about you.
About me?
Yeah.
Yeah, there. I mean, like we've all got a darkness about us.
But the way he says it, it's that. Remember that scene in True Detective season 1 where they're sitting at the meth cook tells Matthew McConaughey there's a darkness.
Oh, I know.
That's what I like working about. I mean, you get some weird people at this place.
It's true.
Who's the weirdest person to ever work at Fan Run?
Ever?
Yeah.
You're pretty high up on the list, my friend.
You ain't far off of it either, buddy.
You, Trey Wallace, weird dude.
Wallace,
love Trey.
He's like in a whole nother level of weird compared to me.
Same group.
Yeah. I mean, McClure.
You're not
pretty
exactly
weird dude.
normal in some respects. Walker.
Who's the most normal guy?
I
feel like I would be on that list. I'm not number one.
I
but
feel like a very normal.
Bob.
person.
No.
Bob Walker.
Bob, not Walker. Bob.
Appreciate it.
Sam Beard. Pretty normal.
Yeah. That's all right. Sam and I, we had a sense.
Not Reed, not McClure, not Russell.
Oh, I think I'm more normal than all those guys.
I feel more normal.
You,
than most
Reed,
of
and
those
McClure,
guys.
all three sick puppies.
Hollander could add the clean sweep.
No, Hollander's a nut.
Yeah,
He's good. Yeah.
He's a weird dude.
Yeah.
I love him.
Yeah. He's
a weirdo.
Might have burned a sofa somewhere.
Yeah. You can tell just listening to that show, like there's a lot of anger.
Yeah.
Can't
a lot
say
of anger
that.
in there. A lot of bitterness.
Pattison.
Yeah, he's just too young to have any real problems yet. And give it a couple of years, he'll be weird.
He's got that whole Memphis thing going though.
What?
Those Memphis dudes we've had at the station, kind of weird.
Memphis.
We got to take a quick break.
Please.
Offend anybody else?
Take us to break.
It is The Drive, Fan Run Radio. We're back with more. Wrap things up right after this.
The Drive. Can't get enough Fan Run Radio? Download the free Fan Run app and take the best Tennessee sports conversations with you wherever you go.
Hey, this is Bo Kregner with the Kregner Group at Realty Executives. You know, in sports, home field advantage matters, and it's the same in real estate. Our team knows every neighborhood, every play that gets you the win, whether you're buying your first home or selling for top dollar. Let's get you in the end zone. Call me today at 865-742-1035 or visit BoKnowsHouses.com. The Kregner Group, walking by faith, serving others.
Yee-haw! I've been hooting and hollering ever since I started betting with the VIP Play app. VIP Play has more than 200 leagues, every bet type you can imagine, live betting and live hosts, all with 24/7 support from real live people when you need them. Start betting better with the VIP Play app today. Don't be a better, be a better with VIP Play today.
Download VIP Play today or head to VIPPlayApp.com. Make sure you use the promo code FANRUN to take advantage of their welcome bonus and so they know that we sent you. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-8899-789. Must be 21 or older and located in Tennessee to bet.
It's time for the North Knox Siding and Windows High School Football Player of the Week. Brought to you by North Knox Siding and Windows. Call 865-689-0505 or visit them online at northknoxsidingandwindows.com.
This week's North Knox Siding and Windows High School Football Player of the Week is Greenville High School quarterback Caden Baugh. Baugh was a perfect 11 for 11 passing for 274 yards and 4 touchdowns in Greenville's 56-10 win over Carter last week. Baugh also carried 5 times for 107 yards and 2 more scores as the Green Devils advanced to face White County in round 2 of the playoffs. Greenville High School's Caden Baugh, this week's North Knox Siding and Windows High School Football Player of the Week.
North Knox Siding and Windows, locally owned and operated. They can handle all your siding, window, gutter, and roofing needs. Call 865-689-0505 for a free estimate or go online to northknoxsidingandwindows.com.
Bankruptcy, divorce, personal injury. These are just some of the curveballs life can throw at you. Fortunately, East Tennessee has someone to help you work through these problems and recover. The law offices of Jerry R. Givens. If you're in need of legal advice, call today to set up a free, no-obligation consultation. 865-801-9250. As always, the phone call is free, the advice is free, so what do you have to lose? Call 865-801-9250 or go online to jrglawtn.com. That's jrglawtn.com. The law offices of Jerry R. Givens. Legal expertise you can rely on.
The following radio theater is brought to you by Men's Pro Knoxville.
Hey, Dad, can you play football?
No, buddy.
All right.
Pops, want to work out?
Maybe later.
Hey, kids are in bed. What you up to?
Tomorrow?
You've got one life, and it's too short for not nows, maybe laters, and tomorrows. If you have ED and performance issues, your family, friends, and even your career has already been affected. Book your discreet evaluation at Men's Pro Knoxville and turn your tomorrows into
today.
Yes! Touchdown!
Come on, one more, Dad.
Today!
Push, Dad. One more. Come on, push.
Hey, kids are in bed. What you up to?
Tonight.
Call 865-544-8220 or book now in under 30 seconds at menspronknoxville.com. Men's Pro Knoxville, for every man in every season of life.
Fan Run Radio, The Drive continues, wrapping up on a Wednesday evening edition of the show here in East Tennessee. Let's get a call from DR Vol. What up, DR?
What's going on, guys? So how many times do you think Bear has argued with the priest about what he's confessing? Because you know the priest's first response is, so what's the actual truth? Or the whole story of what you're confessing to?
You have to drag it out of you?
No. You go in there, it's pretty straightforward. If you've never been in there, it's hard for people to understand what happens.
I've just seen the movies.
Very quiet.
Same.
So you've never spoken to your pastor in any way for guidance about anything? I know you don't because you're godless. You don't even go to church. What about you, DR?
It's not true.
Yeah, I mean, I have, but it's not like a confessional kind of thing. It's last time I did it was we went out to eat lunch and kind of talked about things, but it wasn't like a intimate
Formal.
setting for what Yeah, kind of like that is. I will say we go 7-5. There's not a confessional in this country that's going to hold me, because 7-5, I want a human sacrifice. I want Josh Heupel doing the Cersei Lannister walk of shame and have Geraldo Vol out there leading it.
Oh man,
7-5 is inexcusable with this schedule.
We should do that. If you lose if you lose at Florida, all the players and coaches for the Vol walk, it's the walk of they just walk to the stadium nude. We throw old vegetables, rotten lettuce and stuff at them.
Yeah, I don't know how well that goes.
And you know who we could have leading it? Max Gilbert. We just have to show him the way because we know he's usually a little bit off.
Oh man, that poor
Just
guy.
made that kick.
I'll never forgive him. That being said, we haven't talked about 8-4. 8-4, and you're losing either Vandy or Florida. Which win do you want more?
Vanderbilt.
Same. You knocked them out of the playoffs. We're used to losing. Yeah, you're used to losing at Florida. You can't. Again, I've said it earlier this week. You're not getting over losing at home to Vandy and sending their sorry asses off to the playoffs. I can't handle that. I can handle listening to Florida fans talking crap. I've heard it for 20 years.
Either one would just be a completely unacceptable and devastating loss that would have me hating life and wondering why I decided to do this for a living.
Yeah, that's a dark spot.
So you might have a confessional coming up.
Maybe.
Fan run confessional.
Well, and don't you think the Vandy loss would cause more apathy if that's a thing at 8-4?
Well, yeah. I mean, we've had I've said it, but people call in and say it. It should be in every UT coach's contract that you lose to Kentucky or Vanderbilt, you could be subject to immediate termination for cause.
153 votes cast at Russell _Smith. 51.6% of the audience says we're going 3-0. So fan base living in our hopes today. 34% say 2-1. So that's 85% of the audience right there. 12.4% say we're going 1-2, and 2% of y'all are just sick, say 0-3.
Oh, 0-3. He's gone. You're not going 0-3. I'm leaning 2-1. I'm just trying to figure out which the one is. I think that one is going to be Florida, but I think hurting worse will be the Vandy being the one personally. Because think of the joy. You finally beat Florida. It's, oh, God, we finally did it. And then you come out next week and you get beat by Diego Pavia and his annoying-ass brother.
Yeah, just imagine
that annoying-ass fan base.
Hey, imagine watching that little punk celebrating on your field with his hot mom and Theo Vaughn.
Well, his brothers probably won't be there. Probably be down at the safety building, as they've already been detained twice.
So
at stadiums.
So are you saying you're smitten by his mom?
His mom's a nice looking lady. Yeah, there's a reason Theo wanted a day with her. She's
okay.
Yeah, she's all right.
Guys, I know you are trying to wrap up the show. Can I leave you with a quote? Can I leave you with a quote?
Sure. Love a good quote.
If you think that, yeah. Same. If you think this has a happy ending, you haven't been paying attention.
DR. Complete clown. One of my favorite callers, though.
Justin Hanna in the text box says he thinks it's time to add Gus Johnson to the list of awesome
You want a
things
confession?
Bear
I'll make you a confession. I have no idea who Gus Johnson is.
Oh, come on.
Swear to God.
Bear.
Give me a Bible, I'll swear. I really don't know who Gus Johnson is.
We just heard the audio.
Yeah,
like
I know.
2
I
minutes
just played. I just like the guys that were excoriating him.
Bear.
Do you watch sports on television?
Yeah, I just don't know anybody's names. He's another one of the random people that scream into the microphone. So no, I don't hate the guy. I just thought those guys are hilarious.
I love Gus Johnson. He's one of the guys that I looked up to.
Does he just call Big Ten games?
He does Big Noon Kickoff every week, and he also does Big East basketball.
Yeah.
Don't watch Big Noon Kickoff. I don't watch Game Day either.
He used to do
does NFL games, NCAA tournament.
He doesn't do NFL anymore, but yes, he used to. He started with
Look this
CBS
guy
and then
up.
went to Fox.
I love Gus Johnson. I mean, I think
You've said that you got a thing for Gus.
I have a thing for play-by-play broadcasters that aren't afraid to get excited.
Yeah.
Sorry. I like it when the guy calling the game is excited about the game he's watching, and Gus Johnson always acts like that.
Oh, this guy. Yeah. I don't know. I like the guys in Detroit, their take on it.
Maybe it does need to go on the list. Is Bear was able to offer a concurring opinion on a hot take about a guy he wasn't really sure who he was.
Well, I mean, those guys are all. He's like another one of those faceless. I mean, he could be anybody.
Gus Johnson?
He's not.
He looks like Gus Fring. I mean, he's.
I mean, he may look like Gus Fring, but I mean, he sounds. He's.
Nobody
there's
sounds like
he's
him.
one of the 2 or 3 most iconic play-by-play men in the business.
Yes.
Whether that and it's a little bombastic and over the top sometimes, but yeah, I've come to appreciate it overall. That's all.
Gus called our upset of Kansas at home.
That's right.
Back in the day, I was at that game. Baseline seats.
Nice.
Humble brag.
Yep.
I stood in the
press pass.
I stood in the security line after that game. Vern Lundquist was at that game too. Vern is
Love Vern.
Uncle Vern was.
I love Vern.
He looked a little disheveled. We'll just leave it at
Whoa.
that. I just say he looked disheveled.
Does he ever look shoveled?
I mean, I just wonder if maybe
Take it easy, fellas.
If he had been at the back door or something.
He talked. Whoa.
Speaking of which, I saw Charles Kuralt.
Show me a handsome picture of Vern Lundquist. You can't do it.
No, but the man deserves our respect. That's Uncle Vern.
He can have it.
Come on,
he's good at his job, but
Gus Johnson ain't got no call like that.
Yeah, it's a face made for radio.
He actually has a lot of them.
All right, that's going to do it. Thank you, Walker. Thank you, Bear. Thank you, Bob. Josh Elander joins the show tomorrow. Be sure to tune in. It should be a good one here on Fan Run.
The Drive. This football season, crack open a cold beer that doesn't fumble the flavor. Garage Beer is 100% beer-flavored beer. No gimmicks, just cold beer. Co-owned by the Kelsey brothers and brewed right here in the Volunteer State, Garage Beer is perfect for fall fire pits and Tennessee tailgates. So pick up a 12-pack today of the official beer of Football Fridays on Fan Run Radio. Garage Beer, 100% beer-flavored beer.
Your smile says it all, so make sure it's saying the right thing. At Knoxville